Here we are. Oh shit! Everything is all over the place. What the fuck? Is
And doesn't that
what
just
the fuck happened to the goddamn overlay?
Did she?
Oh,
like,
it's because she's got two up. Hey.
She left
Lilith.
one and came back in another one. So you're
Lilith,
gonna have to.
turn your phone off. Disconnect your phone, Lilith.
Well, she's got to use the phone. She's got to disconnect the other one.
Yeah, disconnect the other one.
Disconnect one of them, Lilith. Lilith.
Bad hair day.
Disconnect one of your
Maybe it's a
feet.
different hat day.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, it's a different hat day. Okay,
No,
nice.
we lost. We're
And
dead.
And we're like sharing a square there at one point.
Lilith, I need you to turn off one of your feeds. Like, I really need this. Please.
Okay.
She's gone. Wait for her to put the phones in.
No.
Guys,
Got to put the headphones in. No, she can't hear you. Yes.
this is perfect. I love this.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream.
Hi, welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Things are a little bizarre. You need to turn off your other feed.
Lilith, turn off one of your feeds.
Mercenaries of Mischief.
What?
Please turn off one of your feeds. You've got two open.
I do?
Call
Oh,
right
I do. I'm so sorry.
Okay, there we go. Hey,
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Now she's just where Puck should be.
Hey, Puck, while I'm arranging this, why don't you introduce us?
sure. Why don't I do that? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mercs of Mischief. I love this show. Okay. Calm down, you hooligans. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons now.
Yeah,
Right.
you hooglins.
I don't
Yeah,
know
you-
who we are.
Hooglins is a challenge rating 5 monster, by the way. Okay, now
Oh, it's a thing.
yeah, no, it is now. I've instantiated it into this world.
There we go.
Now
I'm
then,
crying.
Good start.
hello, welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief. I, as always, am your dungeon master, Puck, benevolent as always, and I am joined today by some people, and we are going to play Dungeons and Dragons today. They are in no short order. One Gilbetta fucking not cleric, sea elf cleric, and difficulty with oxygen. Also joined by always very composed Kashano the Quick. Also joining me today is a man tall of stature and spirit, Redan.
Oh,
And of course, the lovely Lilith Singer joining us again today, sporting an incredible hat from a property whose name I don't know that we can say.
oh, am I not allowed to wear this?
No,
you
sure, you'll be fine.
can't say it. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like
Okay.
It's clothing. Mine has logos.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to do the entire stream like this.
Like this.
It's like, well, shut up. That's the screenshot moment right there. We're all doing
Oh no, you guys.
that. No, it's fine.
That's gonna be tiring.
When last we left our heroes,
Wait, I would like to
What?
introduce a new thing because I think we have a lot of new people joining us right now.
we
Yep.
do. What is
Maybe-
this?
Go around. Say introduce yourself because our characters have been introduced. And when was the first time you played D&D?
Oh, we're doing
Starting
a
with
thing.
Puck. Let's
Very
do a
well.
thing. Let's people get to know us.
Excellent. I am Puck. I am the dungeon master. First time I played D&D was in grade 6, where I went to a shady neighborhood and played in some dude's unfinished basement on hard concrete, and I made an orc fighter who used a weapon chain because I've got to be extra like that. And that was the first time I played Dungeons and Dragons.
I just imagine in my ear when he was a young warthog. It's just like
When I was a young man.
yeah.
Oh no, we can't get emo, dude. We haven't even started the game yet. We have to wait till we get emo a little bit here.
Hey, I went Lion King, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Just-
Okay,
Okay, who's next?
Gilbetta, who are you really?
Who am I really? I don't know. Still figuring it out.
This is a loaded question. We don't have time.
My name, however, is Kara, or known across pretty much all social media as Nerd Narrative. So if you want to find me, you can find me YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Everything's Nerd Narrative. I first played D&D maybe 3 years ago. But it was like a one shot, like a one session type thing, and then searched and searched and searched to try to find a game until I found these lovely people.
Awesome. My name is Jonathan, also known as Kashana the Quick, also known as the Mad Maker, also just like spread around. Just don't worry about that. You want to find me? Just you can find me here. I'm here a lot.
Fun.
I produced the Too Many Warlocks as well, and I played one session of D&D like 15 years ago almost, and it wasn't even like a real session. It was everybody else was arguing about like what color their feathers were allowed to be based on the region their character was from.
Like feather coloring is a large portion of this campaign, but we'll move past it for you.
Right. Okay. Thank you. But I got like a pre-written character, and I just ended up spending the whole session. It was me and the DM talking because I wanted to talk to the cat. So that was my first taste, and then I didn't get to play at all until we started this show. So real psyched to be here.
Excellent.
Then,
Man, that's unreal. Mine was it was second edition back in mid 94, 95. Yeah, I would have been just into high school. We played in the basement of the junior high. My mom found out, thought I was joining a cult.
obviously.
You were.
Clearly you were.
Clearly.
So let's own it. Let's wear it on its sleeve.
Yep. And been dipping in and out. Lots of Pathfinder. A little bit with 5e, but yeah, this is my first stint back for a long time, and it's nice. I had an elf ranger.
Nice.
I was 2 at that time. So.
Well, it's important to start young.
All right.
Lilith?
You're the only one left?
So I started D&D about 3 years ago, just before moving to Texas. All of us at my workplace just got together and just started playing, and I went the untraditional route of picking a classic class and started off with the Blood Hunter that Matt Mercer made. And yeah, first time now messing around with the original classes like the Bard with this one, so pretty excited. Kind of went on and off playing D&D, like a good 2-year gap when I finally moved to Texas, so it's good to be back playing again. It's quite addicting, especially when you find the right group of people, for sure.
I literally every week, as soon as our session ends, I'm like, can we play again though? Like,
Okay, look. My warning
What happens
label.
next?
My warning label. It's on the back. It's a lower back tattoo. It says "May cause addiction."
Lower back tattoo.
and that's a little bit too
John
much
has
information
cramps
about
Yeah,
me.
I think so. Let's. On that note.
On that note, previously on Mercs of Mischief, our characters engaged the deep hare in the realm of spring in our Easter special. Did it really happen? Was it a dream? Well, they still have the items, so it probably really happened. Now then, we join our characters after a somewhat emotional second half of the episode last time. And they have been informed that without the efforts of Cookie and Calazar, the Mage Tower has become unstable. They need to acquire an artifact from some dwarven vaults to the north that is placed currently in the Ironbeard family vaults, and in a particular vault location owned by one Drogoth Stoutbeard.
Stoutbeard, that was it. Okay, good.
we're looking
So-
for an arcane rod.
We now
Drogoth
join
Stout.
everybody still in progress at Avalon Keep, figuring out when it is time to head out to this place.
Yes. What time of day did we arrive? I think we decided we were going to stay the night.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty late in the day.
Late.
That's yes. So
Needed to do some trancing and sleeping for those.
Yeah, you guys can rest for the night and take it easy till tomorrow and then set up. Does anybody want to do anything before bed? You've had some time to talk with everybody. Lilith had a tearful chat with Spoonie, and it was very emotional.
yes.
Until Marcus Phoenix did something.
Until Marcus Phoenix did something, we left on quite the cliffhanger there. So I guess Lilith is just in her room with this piece of paper. So why don't we start there? Lilith, how are you processing this?
I hold the paper and I really want to take a good look at this paper. Is it really me that's on there?
The image is drawn with horns.
Okay. Is there anything else on the paper? Name or who's looking for her? Anything like that besides just reward?
It specifically gives a dock number in Neverwinter to report to when found.
Dock number. Okay. She's clutching the paper a little bit. Marcus, what else do you know about this?
Not much. The job came across me because of my reputation. I can only imagine it's being distributed elsewhere as well.
We need to go get Spoonie.
Very well. I will notify him immediately.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And I look back at it and taking deep breaths, just trying to.
Yeah. And he respecting the gravity of this situation, Marcus actually departs the room without making another pass at you or going for a grope or anything weird that you would normally expect from him.
What a gentleman.
He knows the moments of.
Yeah, no,
things are serious.
he reads the room. Sometimes he reads it poorly, but he reads it. So he departs and goes to talk to Spoonie and leaves you in your room. So what do you want to do?
I pass the paper to Spoonie. And I'm like, what do we do? And I pass it to him.
And he takes a look. I'll put somebody on it. I got some people. They can sow some misinformation. We'll throw them off the scent for now. Till then, we'll figure out what else we can do with it. But nobody's going to get you as long as you're running with us.
Dipper down. Sorry.
It's okay.
Marcus, is this only located in the general area where the giants were? Are we going to a different, like an opposite direction or similar direction?
You're going much further north where you're going.
Oh.
You're going into dwarf country, so
Got it.
So much further out.
Well, didn't think I have to take out that other suitcase. Just gonna pick up my suitcase and just try to find things that will cover my face and stuff like that. My little hood.
Spoonie says,
my little disguise kit, change color.
All right.
Not sure what to do about the eyes though.
Spoonie kind of pats you on the back. You know, he's little, right? So he kind of reaches up to do it. And he says, don't worry, Lil. I'll get into my contacts in Neverwinter. We'll see what I can find out about this dock. And we'll spread our own flyers to throw some misinformation out there, okay?
We need to know who
I'll
made
find
this.
out. I'll find out who. Me and Marcus are going to take this on together, all right?
It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. Well, no.
All right.
I need a drink.
He's got one ready for you, and he passes it to you. He says, "Don't worry, Lil. I won't let him get you. All right." All right.
And I'm just trying to calm him to like drink. Yeah, that did not look right.
It's okay. No, it's fine. Happy Valentine's Day. No, okay.
Welcome to our next gift.
There it is.
So he walks outside with Marcus, and you don't see this part, but he goes out with Marcus, and Marcus says, "So what's the play, little sir?" He says, "All right, Marcus, I need you to pull some names for me. Underground contacts, way underground." Marcus goes, "Message received, sir," and goes off. And then Spoonie goes downstairs to start a morning show.
Business as usual.
4 in the morning. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
prepare for a morning show. I guess we're still in the evening. Timelines are funny. All right.
In the morning.
No, we're still in the evening because this happened before she went to sleep. This was the night of, for continuity's sake. So, what's everybody else doing?
Redan is going to be trying to figure out if he can pull any information from that dream he had, location, voice.
All right.
Nothing comes from that. He's going to start flipping through that Tarask log.
All right. How are you going to try and make a connection to this dream? Give me. I can't hear you. What are you doing?
Lost your audio.
He's going to just go to his room, sit down, just essentially just go for a solid meditation, just slow, controlled breathing.
Go for a solid meditation
of the voice.
I want you to give me a wisdom check. So just give me a roll and add your wisdom modifier to it.
Oh, that's going to be a... Well, let's see how today goes.
All right. So with 15, for a moment, while you're meditating, you hear a cacophony of whispers, various thoughts. And you hear them in common, what you can determine to be Elven. And you also hear bits of Goblin as well, like a crowd of people just milling and talking about. And it actually shakes you from your meditation.
All right. Yeah, from there, he's just going to spend the rest of the night just keeping that in mind and flipping through that Tarask log to see if there's anything that stands out.
All right. I'll leave you to monitor the Tarask log, and I'll let you know later what you find.
All right.
Okay.
How long were we gone in the realm of this time?
You were gone for about a day.
All right. And
Felt like a couple hours, but it ended up being a whole day.
And the warlocks have not yet returned, correct?
They have not yet returned.
All right. So Kashana is going to as he does, take a walk around, survey the state of the grounds, the academy, the keep.
Yep.
And one of the things he's probably going, where's the cart parked?
The cart is parked outside of the crab shack currently.
Oh, great. So I'm sure he quite quickly after the return sees this.
That the cart has perched on the cart is 4 gargoyles on the 4 corners of the cart. 3 of the gargoyles are painted with hilarious faces.
Oh my god.
And also attached to the cart is a spear with what appears to be the head of a troll on it.
What the fuck?
As soon as he sees this cart, whatever this was, he's going to stop whatever he's doing. What the fuck? What? Spoonie!
The car!
Spoonie! Tommy, someone who's around. What the fuck happened to our cart?
All those people are currently indisposed, but the person who does come up is Wormspit, and Worm says, yeah, they've added some decorations to the cart. It seems in their adventures.
What sort of image are they trying to project? Are we goblin warlords, or are we fucking like a prestigious academy?
Well, The gargoyles have some utility to them. They're actually animate. They have control rods in the bases of their neck.
If they're animate, why are they attached to the cart?
That's just where they parked.
It's like you've parked vehicles on top of another vehicle. This is nonsense. He's going to go up and he's going to start taking off the troll pole.
Take off the troll pole.
Removing it from the cart.
It will hitherto be known as the troll pole.
Oh, it is the troll pole. Yes.
I mean, it is a pole.
A troll head on the pike.
So-
I'm going to start trying to remove this
Okay.
thing and to just sort of like.
The pole is very easy to remove, but the gargoyles are quite heavy.
He's going to toss off the troll pole and you're like, can you have somebody just is there any use to saving this? I don't.
You could always acquire another cart.
I guess I don't want to piss off the warlocks. Just I guess save the troll pole. Put it over by the
Put it in a locker.
put it near the trash pile or something because honestly it stinks at this point.
Very
and then
well.
he's going to go start trying to pull at the gargoyle.
Okay, you just
Just try to
Yeah.
tip it off or something.
yeah, no, you don't have the strength to do it, but you're yanking on these gargoyles and climbing all over the cart.
I mean, this presents a problem because we have to go like now. We can't wait for these warlocks to get back and remove the vehicles. Do you know how to get these gargoyle things off of here? Wormspit?
Well, we could just animate them with the control rods and get them to park somewhere else.
What?
Okay, so this control rod thing. Let's back up. Let's back way up. How does this control rod situation work?
And Wormspit first looks to you and kind of asks you for a boost because, of course, he's quite small in stature. And you lift him up, and he goes up to them, and he kind of runs his fingers across the back of the neck on the gargoyle until they depress in, and then he pushes on what seems to be like a inch circular button, and this rod comes up out of it. And he grabs hold of the rod, and the gargoyle animates. Its wings flap, and it kind of shrieks a little bit, and he's able to just slowly glide it off the top of the cart and land it next to you.
It shrieks?
Yeah.
What? Are these creatures?
That's
or
not quite.
vehicles?
That's not so bad. I imagine they're a little of both.
You know what? Never mind. If you could park them, I guess the stables, or no, you know what? Park them on top of the crab shack. That'll be cool.
Sure, I'll put them on the corners. And he whistles for a couple goblins to come assist them. And after a quick instruction, they've taken off and they've landed on the four corners of the crab shack.
Nice. All right, I'm fine with the crab shack looking badass, but we need to look a little more presentable and diplomatic than a severed troll head on the cart. Do you understand?
Yes, of course. These were not my design decisions, but I understand where you're coming from.
All right, I appreciate it. How are things coming along in Goblin Land?
Things are coming along, although we're devoting most of our resources currently to guarding the Mage Tower. We've decided to halt most of the construction operations until the situation is resolved.
I mean more culturally. Do the goblins feel comfortable? Are they adapting to the new way of life?
Quite well, actually. It seems that there are more than I anticipated of my kin that are eager to start a more passive existence, to endeavor in more creative pursuits.
That's both fantastic and astounding. I honestly, Wormspit, I think you know very well, I didn't think much of your people when I first came here, but I've definitely been swayed, and I would like for your people to feel empowered to control their own lives.
I would like that as well. And certainly there's still a way to go for the education aspect of it. But Ogbok the Manslayer is arriving soon, and he's bringing with him a retinue.
I have to say, like, that name on a resume just doesn't ring well.
It's just a name. He's a different person now.
Well, how about changing it up then? Maybe offer the suggestion of changing it to like Ogbok the Befriender.
I'll see if he can change it, but it's a family name. It's a heritage thing.
His family name is Manslayer?
Yes. Bugbears are an unusual bunch. My family name is Wormspit.
Are we sure
It's
these
not
are
terribly
correct translations?
flattering, but I maintain it.
Are we sure these are correct translations?
You're absolutely certain.
I mean, because I have some experience with I'm nearly fluent in the Goblin language.
Yes, and this is consistent with how the Goblin language is.
Well, all right, I guess. As they say,
Ah, yes, your accent is improving.
thank you. I've been working on it.
Yibi has many good things to say about you.
I have nothing but good things to say about Yibi. Speaking of which, I'd like to be forthright with you now. I believe that Yibi would be an excellent candidate for leadership. Would you agree?
Potentially. He does show great growth from his travels with your group.
Well, just wanted to throw it out there, kind of seed the idea for when the time comes.
Well, it is certainly open to everyone.
Oh, very democratic of you. I appreciate that.
As it should be.
Well, I'm tuning in for the night. I'm sure you best do as well. We need you sharp.
Indeed. The creatures emerging from the Mage Tower are belligerent and numerous.
Yeah. We're going to try to deal with that as presently as possible.
Excellent. And he takes his leave. You head off to bed?
Yep.
All right. So, Jabetta, what are you doing?
Jobetta's gonna talk to Riptide.
You gonna talk to Riptide?
Yep.
All right. Riptide's like, hello.
She says, Riptide, you have saved us all.
I'm a good boy.
You're a very good boy. And
It's just tails wagging away.
she pats you on the head and then she like pats you on the belly. And
He's like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff.
she's like, your information about the smoky black stuff coming from the floor has literally saved every single one of us.
Oh, that makes me very happy.
Yes, it should.
I'm a good guard dog?
Yes.
Excellent.
You now just remember, you have to tell me if you notice anything else unusual.
Okay.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
All right. 3 days ago, the air started to smell like dead things.
Well, that might be the warlocks.
Okay.
I don't really know much about them.
This
Did
is
it
a
smell
very
like that?
interesting place. There are very interesting smells here.
Like what?
Like all kinds of smells. There are crazy smells coming out of that big place.
Which big place?
I love the smells. Everyone's around it. That weird guy was there.
The big tower?
With the Hurdy Cube and the angry puppy.
Oh yes. That's okay. Well, maybe don't talk to the angry puppy.
I tried, but he did not want to play.
Yeah, no.
I gave him a stick and he did not want the stick.
That's that's for the best, probably.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Why wouldn't he want the stick? It was a good stick. We could play with it together.
Did it look like this stick? And she picks up a stick.
Yes, just like that one.
And then she throws it.
And he's off.
The best.
And you've lost him completely. He's
Yep.
just like stick.
I know. I knew that one. Yep. I knew exactly what was gonna happen when I did that. And then I'll just play fetch with him, I guess.
All right, play with him on the stick for the night. Okay. So, is anybody else doing anything before bed? Nope. All right. So you guys have a restful night. Nobody
Oh, good.
has a nightmare with a shadowy figure.
Lame.
Oh, I
Yay!
know. Isn't it just the worst?
Shut up, you little bitch.
Nobody's cussed out in their nightmares or choked.
Bullshit.
You have a nice, restful sleep.
Some of you do.
Yeah, some of you do. Some of you are having a panic attack, drinking heavily.
Oh my gosh. No, now I got my cup.
Do it.
Yeah, no, it's happening.
It's the first time being hunted. Oh.
And the next morning, there is no breakfast this morning. For the very first time since you came here.
That's right. Kushano, actually, Kushano, as soon as he's awake, jumps out of bed and heads down to the kitchen.
All right.
And takes a look at what sort of supplies we have.
There's all kinds of supplies. The kitchen is very well stocked. And there's a bowl of fruit.
Excellent. No patrons in the crab shack quite yet?
Not yet.
All right, he's gonna lead out to Tommy. Tommy, would you mind giving me a hand?
Tommy is not in the crab shack.
Tommy is not in the crab shack. Fuck.
He is
All right.
not.
Kushana's gonna go back and he's going to start peeling and chopping potatoes and onions.
All right.
And Jobetta, as soon as she wakes up, she comes out too because she's used to breakfast, so she goes.
Right.
She's like expecting this. And is there just nobody in the?
It is empty, completely
All right.
vacant.
She's gonna say hello.
Hello.
What? Oh, Kashano. And then she
Yeah.
walks back to the kitchen. What are you doing?
He's furiously prepping shit. He's chopping vegetables. He's shredding down potatoes for some hash browns. He's getting he's getting the griddle hot. He's getting the fire stoked up. Oh, Jobetta, hey, do you have any experience in the kitchen?
Usually the chefs at the temple made our meals.
All right, I thought as much. Look, hey, could you help me out here? Just, I need you to
I can try. After my parents died and I lived in the nature, in the wild, I
In the nature.
cooked a fish on the fire. I don't know.
Fantastic. Couldn't you just get these stoves going? I need the griddle hot. I also need a couple burners ready to rock.
Are they? Is it a gas stove? Is it
No, it's like a
No.
charcoal stove.
Yes, as well as I need you to get the fire going, get it stoking.
Jill
going
Betzer can. It says that I can with Druidcraft instantly light a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. Can I just?
It's already
Yeah,
lit.
that'll work.
Get it stoked and get it hotter. Like pump the thing on it, get it going like a forge, right? I need real burning hot if we want to turn our breakfast.
Just blow on it. Just
Also,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could,
just gonna go like this, and that happens.
run over to the ice storage too once you've got the fire going, and grab sausages and bacon. We need to get those out, get them about to room temperature. If you have the opportunity to see anyone else, I could use a hand, someone with knife skills. And then he goes back to what he's doing. He is in his elements.
This is a side of Kashana we've never seen before.
Yeah, Jobetta's confused. She's like, okay, I guess.
Yes, Jobetta, every bard in the
just to
world has
fuck with
worked in a
him.
restaurant, all right?
Just to fuck with him, she also uses Druidcraft to just make Kashano smell already cooked bacon.
Did you? I know I said
just
take
for
it
no
out. I didn't say put it on yet. Oh, fuck you. Just
Ridan will be wandering down also to assist in the kitchen, knowing that that it's
All
going
right.
to be empty today.
So you arrive at the kitchen and the two of them are doing what they normally do.
Yeah.
Yep. Rolls his eyes, just starts going to work.
All right.
yes, Rodan, can you take over with the peeling and chopping over here? I'm gonna get an omelet mix ready. And Kashona goes, finds some eggs and he starts cracking them a new bowl.
All right. So I imagine it's not an early morning for Lilith. How is her morning going? What is Lilith's morning ritual today looking like?
She's probably curled up in bed.
She's curled up in bed. All right. I'll let you just stay there for now.
Just a special point of note. Ridan is watching as best he can for Lilith to be walking towards a doorway and or a staircase.
Okay.
The
Just
fuck?
prepared.
He wants to get a drop on her. Yeah.
Okay.
Gilberto will do like while not taking her eyes off of Kashano, do all the things that he like. She's like getting the stuff, and she's like, "What is what?"
Okay, so you're not sure where to go, but you eventually find a large door, a large wooden door with a metal handle on it that says cold storage. And if you pull the handle on it, it's freezing cold inside, and there's ice building up all around the walls and the roof. And a little creature with a very long nose and some bat wings kind of flutters around the room.
What? She's like, "What the shit?
Of course, there's some shit here.
What is that?"
And you recognize that this is an ice mephit. It's like a little elemental imp.
OMG. She's like, "What? Get down from there."
Just kind of like flutters around, goes up into a corner and stares at you.
Hey, Joe, better.
She opens the door. She says, "Kashano, come look at this."
I don't look at what. Is there anything in there that looks like it's about to turn?
I don't know. Is it going to turn?
He goes over and he takes a survey of the cold storage.
Okay.
Oh, so that's how he does it.
Yeah, there's like an ice mephit inside, and it's just like crawling along the ceiling, staring at you guys.
That is a lot easier than replacing the ice blocks, I have to say.
Yeah. Anyway,
so he's looking for anything that's about to go bad.
It all looks pretty good. A lot of it's frozen at this point, but there is a kind of like slab of bacon that you could chop off there.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So we'll have a bacon centric special. All right.
Sure.
Special is bacon omelets, or your choice of bacon omelet or a bacon breakfast burrito. We got a lot of eggs, a lot of bacon. Let's get some of this out the door. Has anyone seen Lilith? We could use her hands in this.
She's probably hungover somewhere.
Redan giggles.
That's not incorrect.
All right. Gilberto, once you're done grabbing up the supplies, if you could, wouldn't mind getting the dining room ready, and possibly like hosting, seeing people. And where the fuck is Tommy?
There's no one to seat. What are you talking?
Well, when we open, it's going to be a thing. Yeah, we're open for the day. When do we open for the day?
This is so cute that he's just ready to take this on.
He wants to be the cook.
Yeah.
You know what time we open?
What?
Maybe that's his little dream, actually, is just to be a cook.
He wants to own a restaurant.
It has always been open by the time you wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess just whenever Cookie wants to, I guess. I don't know.
What? Actually, hold on, everybody, hold on.
There are ways you can look into this.
There's usually customers here by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's empty. That's what I said. Why are you doing this?
I'm sorry, it's a reflex. I had to manage kitchens many times. It just happens when you're in the trade. You have to make ends meet. The Yawning Portal for a bit, a couple places down in the Seaboard. It's not like yes, I've done this before. All right, it's irrelevant. Redan, could you find Tommy for us and figure out what's going on?
I will try.
Gilberto says, "I'm gonna go check on Lilith."
Okay.
Check out the front. Maybe the cart sitting at the front drove away all the customers.
What's wrong with the cart? Why would the cart drive people away?
Not see it last night?
No?
The fucking warlocks put a troll's hat on a pole, and they've got gargoyles that are apparently like somewhat sentient.
I hope I die just so I can start a warlock.
These fucking warlocks. I swear.
All right. So, Redan, as you go outside, you notice there's a sign on the door now that says closed temporarily.
Redan laughs. And goes and finds Tommy because that's what he was told to do.
Okay. You go out to the mage tower. You can see that at the entrance of this mage tower, this kind of swirling portal that everyone is guarding, there's a semicircle of armed goblins, each with scimitars drawn and crossbows at the ready, watching this entrance. And in front of them is Tommy. And Spoonie is towards the back playing a song. And
so
as you approach it, a bizarre yellow, scaly creature with 3 legs and a mouth on the very top of its body and 3 clawed hands stumbles out of the portal and is immediately met with a wall of crossbow bolts and then is set upon by Tommy, who grabs the 2 pieces of the mouth and tears the thing in half as blood sprays over him.
Redan chuckles.
And he tosses it to the side and has a little taste of the blood for himself and then prestidigitates himself clean.
Classic Tommy.
So, seeing this, Redan just walks up, gives him one of the talking stones, says, Kashana would like to talk to you.
Very well.
And then he walks back.
Yes, Kashana, what is it?
Hey, what there's usually customers here by now at the crab shack. What's going on?
Yes, without Cookie and Kalazar around to manage the crab shack and the situation at the Major Tower, we have decided it best to close temporarily while we make sure that nothing is unleashed on the world.
Can we take that revenue hit? I mean, it's kind of our only source of revenue at the moment, aside from the commissioned missions.
We will have to do what we can. Luckily, Lilith gave Spoonie a substantial sum of money last night to put towards everything.
What? Hold on. Why is she giving money to Spoonie? Why isn't this being discussed with the rest of us?
The two have a connection. Spoonie has spent a lot of time with Lilith.
All right. Okay, you know what? Yes, we have to leave anyways. That's good. Let's keep the shack closed for now. I imagine the goblins are hungry, yeah?
We are feeding them with whatever supplies we have available. They will not have the finely cooked food that Cookie used to give them, but it will do for now.
All right. Thanks for the update.
No problem. I have to tear a head off something now. Goodbye.
All right. Have fun with that. And then, he puts the stone in his pocket. Change of plans. Stop the prep, but we're going to cook everything we have now and bring it out to the guard crew. We need to get them well fed, keep the spirits up before we get out of here.
I don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, you're talking to nobody. Nobody's there.
Oh, I turned into Bennett's not there anymore.
I imagine you just have this conversation with yourself. And then you look around and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. I sent everyone away.
It's just one of those that you're used to there being a bunch of people.
Yeah, no, you're used to
fuck. It's like riding a bicycle, I suppose. All right.
All right. So we'll go to Jabetta now. Jabetta, you arrive at Lilith's room.
Yeah, Jabetta's going to, through the door, cast Druidcraft and, awaken Lilith with the smell of the most beautiful, perfume or something that she can, possibly imagine.
Man, you were just druid crafting the shit out of life, hey?
You can do all these things with druid craft.
It's such a good smell. I love it.
I like that she's using this.
Yeah, just all the time.
And
flavor.
she's gonna kind of tap on the door and be like, Lilith.
All right,
Yes?
so this beautiful perfume smell fills your room and you hear the knock.
All right, she says, "Are you awake, my darling?"
Just woke up. Actually, I need to get ready, and I'll be down.
No, it's okay. Well, he's trying to make breakfast for the people, which there are no people, so I don't know what he's doing. He's cooking like a madman. He's a mad maker of food. And so, just if you would like some breakfast, come downstairs. Are you feeling okay?
Yes. Just a little hungover, the usual.
And Jobetta casts Druidcraft again and makes some flowers bloom under the door.
Aww.
Is that you?
Yeah. I like my new tricks, she says.
Well, I like them too. Thank you.
Yep. We'll be waiting for you downstairs.
Yes. Yes, I'll I'll be down once I get ready.
And then Jobetta just pops off back downstairs.
All right. So Lilith, do you get ready and head down there?
Yeah, she will basically roll out of bed. She looks seriously disheveled, looks in the mirror, has that pretty much a depressed look, and just tries to force a smile on and just try to get ready.
So you get ready to head downstairs. Radan, as you head back to the crab shack, Marcus Phoenix calls out to you from the top of one of the guard towers. Radan, sir! Ho-ho! And he does like a flip off the top and lands in front of you. Ta-da! I've been looking for you, sir.
What can I do for you?
You wanted me to look into some giants, right?
Indeed.
Indeed, I did find them. The brothers Og and Bok have been summoned out to the mountains. There is a giant summit.
Do you know which mountains and who is summoning?
I certainly do, good sir. I certainly do.
Would you like to share?
Absolutely. I'm getting to that. It's important to build suspense. Now then, up in the Nether Mountains, just to the northeast of here, a giant summit has been gathered. The hill giants, the stones, as well as a few of the frost and fire as well. Notably snubbed are, of course, the cloud giants and the sky and astral giants. It's very strange. Storms as well, now that I think about it.
Interesting indeed.
Yes, they've been called there with their mother.
What do you know of her?
Ulgana. She is a large woman, even for a hill giant.
Do you know when the summit is happening?
It's due to take place in approximately 10 days' time, so you certainly have an opportunity to get there. I imagine they put out the advanced invitations because they understand hill giants' proclivity to get distracted along the way.
Indeed. Is there any idea as to what this is about?
That I would have to dig a little deeper on, and I had a couple other excursions that I needed to take care of, but I thought I'd put this along to you.
I appreciate that. Is everything else okay? Have you heard anything else? Any whispers, rumors?
There's always whispers and rumors, sir.
Anything you place credence in?
Much of it remains to be seen, but I'll bring it all to your attention as it comes.
I would appreciate that.
Very well. Pleasure to see you as always, Mr. Radan. Adventure awaits! What ho! And he takes off.
Yep, just a little chuckle. And then runs in hoping to get the drop on Lilith.
Okay. You catch Lilith just as she's coming down the stairs.
Is there anyone else in the room?
At this point, Jobetta has already gone back in the kitchen with Kashano.
Okay.
So this is the main open area, and Jobetta and Kashano are out in the kitchen.
Okay, so Radan just books it back into the kitchen.
Okay.
And then tries to like hide around the corner. With like the dumbest grin on his face, like that, like Homer Simpson.
What is happening?
What is happening?
Okay.
When he busts in, like, you're all right there, buddy.
And then he pulls out his mace, that egg mace.
Oh God!
Quietly.
What? What is happening? What are you doing?
Okay. So Lilith, you continue into the kitchen.
She's walking, but it's that kind of walk where you're in your own thought kind of thing. So
right, you're just like wandering.
She's not really aware of her surroundings at the moment. It's just yeah. So.
Okay. All right. So she makes her way into the kitchen door.
As slyly and as quietly, Radan would like to stay hidden, but use that mace for color spray and spray it up to the roof when she walks through the door.
Okay. So you walk through the door and this spray of vibrant colors flies up into the room.
And then silently try to sneak out of the room.
I wasn't in the kitchen, was it?
Give me a sneak. Give me a sneak on this because I want to role play this out if
God
you do it
damn it.
badly.
What?
Was
the
this
fuck?
in the kitchen?
So he
I think this is in the kitchen.
because he's so enormous, he visibly tumbles out from a bunch of barrels, and you can see him scurry out the back door of the kitchen,
Just chuckling the whole way.
just
Wait,
laughing like a schoolboy.
And I'm like in color and everything.
It was
Well,
more
like-
towards the roof.
It was more towards the roof, so just up in front of you, and it's up on the roof now, multicolored.
Was this inside the kitchen or out in the hallway?
It was just in the kitchen.
In the
So
kitchen.
The fuck, Redan? I'm making food here.
There's magical colors on the roof now.
Shit. Jabetta says, what the fuck what happened here?
Kishano immediately goes over to all of the prepped food and if anything that got sprayed with colors.
It's all good. It's all on the ceiling. It's
Don't
like
you
an
like
arc.
green eggs and ham?
Lilith's just like in shock. We're just like, what the fuck just happened?
I don't know whether you can eat this. Oh, good morning, Lilith.
Hey Lilith, is it possible that you could clean that?
I got it. Press
Yeah.
exchange.
Both at the same time.
It's a big space,
Just
so it
on
probably
it.
took both of us.
What the
All
shit?
right.
Look, it's just like, what has possessed?
We would
Well
have
done,
to
so early in the
come
morning.
back thinking we killed a unicorn in here. What the fuck?
Redan, we saw you.
Look, we're making breakfast for the gods. If you'd like to help.
Not sneaky, Redan. You're too big. sir.
Redan walks in and says, "What do you mean you saw me? What happened?"
Just plays it cool.
Hmm. Having fun with a new toy.
Oh shit.
Kishano's whatever. He's playing
I
on
don't
make
know what
it-
you're talking about. He doesn't have that mace. It's just him in his
Just
backpack.
hidden away. Oh. So do you guys go along with this, or are you going to keep trying to call him out on it?
I'm just gonna. I saw it and witnessed it, and just like,
Jabetta says,
yes.
do not make me cast Zone of Truth, sir.
Hey, whatever the fuck you guys are doing, could you do it outside the kitchen? Or if you're gonna be in here, please help.
What is your deal? There's
Lilith
no
will just go to the cupboards and
Yeah.
just grab another bottle of wine and just walk out.
Trying to cook breakfast for 100 goblins.
You can. I'll tell you this: you'll definitely be getting a lot more help with me not being in the kitchen. You can even ask Spoonie.
No
And
problem.
she
at
walks
all.
out.
Get ready to go. We got to get out of here soon.
All right.
Hour and a half.
So who all is helping to make
Ah.
this breakfast?
I turn back around as soon as he says it, like, I think might skip out and going and stay here, perform and make some income.
What? No.
Hold on. Stopping everything we're doing. I thought we just discussed.
With a spatula and a frying pan in his hand.
We were all bought into this here.
Yes, and I am going to help participate in helping getting some earnings with the keep, doing
no.
shows.
No,
You're supposed to be the face. We're going to do on a diplomatic mission. What's the problem?
Inside check.
Very. Do I need to roll a deception for like there's no problem? Just role play it.
How are you going to do it? Role play it.
I'm out of curiosity. I just want to roll deception.
No.
There's
I want
honestly
you.
no problem.
No.
Oh.
You have to roleplay it.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, that's some top shelf deception.
You got to actually do that.
Do you want to ignore that?
Well, look, you tell me. Is
Yeah.
Lilith going to come clean about this, or is she going to?
Lilith puts her hands up and says, "Deception."
Everything's okay.
And we just buy it.
Everything seems fine. to
Pretty
me.
much. I wasn't expecting that.
She's on the level.
We'll ignore that. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Okay, no, it's fine.
She will start to shake a little from holding the bottle and just try to put it to her lips and drink a little bit more.
Mm.
It's fine. I don't think I'll be much help anyways being up with you guys.
What are you talking about?
Why
It's just a
is
hole.
that?
Oh,
It's nothing. Go, 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 go.
That's you're not even trying. Well,
She tries to walk out.
no, Lilith,
Dan will hold her. He's blocking the door.
Lilith, we had a conversation about this, about how we were all in or we were all out. I understand that you say you want to stay and make money, but we can deal with that. That's fine. We need you with us to do this. We literally can't do it without you if you're making a commitment to us.
The mage tower
There's
is actually just pooping monsters right now. We need your help.
What? Wait, Redan, hold on. We're gonna get back to that in a second. What?
put a pin in that.
Did we not see that last night?
You didn't see it as graphically as Redan just did. All right, but go ahead, Lilith. You were gonna.
Yeah.
Lilith, go ahead.
We already have an organization going after Kashano. I feel like me coming with you is just going to endanger us more because now, officially, someone's coming after me.
What do you mean officially?
Yeah, someone was coming after you when we met you.
Yeah, that's.
You sorted that out already.
We literally saved you from that.
I look at him and be like, good God.
This is consistent for Kashan. Just like whoever was attacked first is the person who was the priority.
Obviously. I mean, I still do. Yeah, I don't.
So what officially? You said officially. What is officially? What does that mean?
Officially, there are pictures of me all over.
Yeah, you're a famous bard. I don't.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Like nudes? What are we talking? What?
Jaleka, what do you think that I do?
I don't know. You literally won't say.
I'm just a singer performing artist. I'm no whore.
I mean, no, we're not saying that you post for these. It's just Rule 34.
I guess I'm going to yell out for Spoonie and just be like, I can't do this.
Spoonie shows up.
You
I'm going to show them what the hell's going on.
Talking about?
What do you mean? Show us. What are you talking?
Lil's a little upset because somebody's circulating around a wanted poster for her.
Is this your first time?
Why did it?
You look so proud. I'd be like, oh.
Are you sure it's you?
Do you have it? Can we see it?
Show it to them, Spoonie.
All right. He pulls it out and he says, right here. And it says lost daughter, 500 gold.
Lost your parents?
Lost daughter.
Oh, you think I just came out of thin air?
Well, no.
Well, I mean,
don't tell us shit, so we don't know.
Well, she did display, she did unleash some of this at the talk.
Not much.
Do you think this is?
I didn't think they would care, and I don't even know if it's legit. I mean,
do you think this is actually them?
Hmm?
Do you think this is actually your family, or do you think this is some sort of ploy?
I want to believe it's a ploy. It doesn't make any sense for them to come after me. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Are they coming after you or legitimately trying to find you?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's it might not be. I know you're thinking negative, and it's not. We need to be on our guard at all times. But is it possible that your parents literally just missed their daughter?
They don't. They shouldn't. They won't. They won't.
Look, I can't relate to that, but
yeah, mine are dead. So
Lilith, here's the thing. You're part of an organization now that has reach and influence, and with that comes enemies. It's inevitable. There's going to be enemies of the academy, and if you have personal enemies, that's tied in as well. But hiding in the keep is not the way to deal with it.
Especially here, where we can't do anything if you are attacked.
That is a presentation of weakness. You are meant to be our front, our face, our public image. And if you are hiding, that says that we are afraid.
A stationary target is much easier to hit.
Yeah, if you're with us, we're there to help protect you. If you're here, they're already, apparently the thing is pooping out enemies. If they're already dealing with that, they can't do much here.
They're not incorrect, Lil. Besides, anybody who comes after you for a 500 gold bounty, you guys can handle.
Oh, let me see that. 500? No, nobody worth a shit's going to be tracking this one down.
That's an insult.
What the fuck?
She takes a drink.
Like, this is
This
not
is-
even,
this is
this
like
is
a
a
t-
non-issue.
Quite so.
This is like a Team Growl level bounty. Not worried about it.
How many benches do you have?
Have you met him?
I mean, currently, I don't think any. At least no public ones. Not under this name, at least. So it's part of why.
Kashano the Quick's my real name.
I bet
I
Johan
mean, I told you
has
very
some.
well that I didn't take the name until like 6 months ago.
Johan! Jobetta just says, Johan.
Yeah, so there may still be a reward out for Johan of Terramath. But it had a whole different look going on, and when last poster I saw wasn't a very good likeness. So I'm not too worried about that.
Lilith, if you are afraid and want to hide, I can take you to my home. No one will find you there. But you would be
That is where the flyer came from,
Where?
His home?
I am
according to Marcus Phoenix.
I thought his home was in like another plane or something.
His home is very far away, but the flyer came from Neverwinter.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm messing things up.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. Perhaps I didn't make it. No, the flyer came from like Neverwinter. Marcus Phoenix found it while he was out trying to figure out where the giants were.
Dude.
What he said.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, weren't we in Neverwinter at one point with you? Were you with us?
That's where we found her, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hold
where
on.
we.
Wait, is Marcus Phoenix still here? When did he get back?
I spoke to him just a few moments ago. But
Isn't he both always and never here? I don't. With him, I don't.
It's not incorrect.
Like, he's. I don't know with him. He was on the boat of ours. I still think he knew that was our boat. He had to have known, and that was no coincidence.
You might be giving him too much credit.
Well,
This is irrelevant.
This is
Anyway.
exactly the reaction to this character that I've always wanted.
I feel like we need to focus. There's a
anyway, yeah,
lot
that's
going
okay.
on.
Lilith,
Right.
you're going. We need you. Damn it!
I mean, frankly, I'm exhausted with the conversation. Lilith, I understand it can be jarring to suddenly find out that a price has been on your head. But look, at least it's being framed in a bring her back safe manner and not bring her teeth back manner. So consider it not that bad. I do believe, though, that you are much safer with us and that you are much safer if you present a strong, resilient front, that you're not going to be afraid of this. But look, make the decisions you want. I'm going to finish breakfast. He goes back to cooking.
Yeah. Jovetta says, just come on, and she casts Druidcraft again with the perfume, and then she just leaves it lingering while she goes back into the kitchen to help Kashano.
I feel like the
Outside.
party's really turned a corner. This is a friendlier Works of Mischief.
It is. The atmosphere's a lot nicer.
Just wait, though. Just wait. Like,
As
She takes it all in.
as
kinda
Kashano
thing.
and Gilberta, I'll go back to cooking. Redan says there's more to discuss later.
To
To the party, and Redan's just like there's more to discuss later, but
yeah,
let's
we
leave
need to
this here.
we need to be getting a move on. Like, we need to leave.
Yes.
All right. What?
Okay, so throwing
what's-
stuff into hotel pans and
Who all is cooking?
I'm helping Kashano.
Okay. You
Like, begrudgingly, but I'm helping.
okay. Redan, are you assisting as well?
Nope. Redan's looking for the dog.
Okay. Redan's looking for the dog. He's gonna go play with the puppy. Lilith, I imagine you're going to enjoy your wine.
I'll be sitting at the table, just if I am in the kitchen, I'll be rolling disadvantages left and right
Yeah,
from
probably.
helping. Which I can't wait when that opportunity comes one day.
No, it's coming. The stuff's coming around. All right, Gilbetta and Kashano, what skills are you employing to make this breakfast?
Skills?
I want you to look at your long list of skills and abilities.
Okay.
Pick one that you're going to employ in the preparation of this breakfast. Sell me on it and make a roll.
Going to be edible.
All right.
Gilbetta is using her fine background knowledge of medicines and knowing what is healthy to eat for the body
Okay.
to do the prepare.
These are goblins. Don't forget. They've got
They
a
still have bodies.
very protein heavy diet.
Yeah, no, it's they're creatures.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so adjust,
So you're using your medicine skill then?
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow that. I want you to make the second roll though, and if Kashano does good on his, he'll give you advantage because he started this.
He did start this.
All right. So do I have to use a skill, or am I going to roll from a saving throw here?
No, give me a skill. Give me
Yes.
something you're
A skill, I suppose it would be a sleight of hand.
okay.
Due to the use of my fine dexterity, my knife skills, my motor skills, the flips, and the acting quickly.
Yeah.
The
See,
kitchen-
he's got the
Dexterity is
flair.
bigger.
I've got the substance.
It's like those gifs where the Japanese guy like cuts a thing into like wafer thin
Yeah.
slices.
Yeah.
God, I hope you don't roll on that one because that's going to be bad with a knife.
it's like now
Kashano is now-
Kashano
now
cuts
has
his
one
hand
thing. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm good with that. So
All right.
give me that roll for sleight of hand. Oh, you do very well.
Ah,
So you
Nice.
are
Oh shit!
you are killing it. Oh, what is this? Womp, womp,
Wow,
womp.
what's in these toys?
So the two of you working to roll another one because you got advantage from Kashano's roll anyways. So let's just see if you double up. There's no way you could possibly do better, but let's see what it is. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good day for you guys. I can tell. So
Unless we're using all our good luck now.
Yeah,
and
we're
then-
doing it all now.
use it up on the cooking mini game.
We're literally
then
already
later
halfway
when you
through
need
the
it.
first session and we've done nothing. Like,
And that's fine.
So much.
Look,
all right?
That's this session.
Here,
All right, that's this session in a nutshell. All right, so yeah, you guys cook a meal worthy of Cookie. Like this is
shit.
you're not quite at his level because I'm sure he employs all kind of manner of enchantments and shit when he does
Probably.
this kind of thing. But it's a really good breakfast that you guys do up, and there's enough for the entire party, and there's enough left over to feed your goblin army.
Gilbetta says, breakfast is served.
Shannon's gonna bring a plate out to Lilith and just set it down in front of her and say, "Told you I was good for something," and go work on bringing the food out to the troops.
Yeah, and Gilbetta's
Alright.
gonna once everybody's served and like eating, Gilbetta's gonna look at Kashano. She's gonna be like, "Yes," and throw up a hand for a high five.
Slowly, Spoony and a contingent of the goblins kind of funnel into the crab shack, and everybody sits down and has an eat.
I want a dexterity check on that high five.
All right. You just want to see them miss and like
I
slap
do.
each other in the face.
Hold on. We're doing saving throw. Or we're doing
Just
straight
hit
up?
dexterity.
Yeah, just hit dexterity and see what happens. Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Lame.
It doesn't get a good clap, but it's kind of a.
We
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
at.
this
You have
is-
to look at the elbow. That's
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's try it. Let's try again. Ready? This time he just slaps her. Get back to work.
Oh God.
okay. All right.
This is love this game.
Join us next week for the Iron Chef side quest.
Yeah, the Iron Chef side quest and the high-fiving mini game. This is the kind of new D&D ground that we break every week
Yep.
in Mercs of Mischief.
Oh my god. Who has ever in the history of D&D rolled a dexterity check for
Look,
I-
You'd
it's
be
not,
surprised.
this is gonna happen. Look, this is gonna be a thing now.
Probably more common.
All right, so the contingent of the goblins. Tommy stays out to monitor the tower, but a contingent of goblins, and they go in shifts and come in to eat. And Spoonie takes place at the stage and begins strumming on a lute and slowly begins to play a song.
Krishana's popping around for the table. He's trying to give these goblins like this, because he imagines they don't get to eat in the crab shack much. They don't get this service.
Yeah.
So he wants to give them a great like uplifting experience here.
Giving something back. And
hold strong while we're gone here.
You see Yibi as you're going past. He's nudging people, and he's just like, I'm a squire. but in Goblin.
and he comes up to Yibi too, and speaking in Goblin, "Sir, is everything to your liking?"
Yibi is just gushing at this interaction. He's just like, yes, very good.
Excellent. Let us know if you need anything else, sir. And he tips his hat and goes,
incredible.
Right,
Lilith was kind of poking at her food a little bit, but when you said Tommy was playing music,
yeah.
You said
well, Spoonie's playing some music.
Okay, when Spoonie plays music, she kind of feels like the whole like icky tummy situation that you get when you're feeling really nervous. Has still a little bit enough for her to at least take some bites.
Yeah, it's a soothing kind of
calming
tone that it calms you down. All right. So everybody has their breakfast, and
Redan is skipping out. He's playing with the dog, trying to teach him how to attack.
Excellent.
Yeah, Jobetta sneaks off some bacon to take to Riptide.
Oh, Riptide is adept at attacking. His natural instincts are taking over, and he's just like, rah!
Yeah, he got a better kill count on the mission where we found him than the rest of us did. So.
Yeah.
That makes Redan very happy.
Jobetta's wondering if we shouldn't start taking him with us.
He's so unusually large at this point. You think he might be a direwolf.
Sweet.
Kushano's doing his bussing style is he just kind of like stacks up plates, puts them back in the cupboard, and just prestidigitation.
Oh my god.
He doesn't actually wash dishes.
Yeah. It's like,
that's the whole reason I love prestidigitation.
Exactly.
For buzzing tables.
Absolutely. Anything you can do to make his life easier.
I'll be honest, as an actual server, that would be...
Wouldn't it though?
Great. That would be great.
The utility, it's all there. It's all
My
there.
side work would be done so fast.
Hashtag practical magic, starring Sandra Bullock.
But yeah, Jobetta, she sneaks some bacon out to find wherever Redan and the dog are.
Okay. And they eat up. And he's
bacon.
very happy to have it.
Yeah. She's like, he specifically said he liked bacon.
It's bacon. Bacon.
Yeah. I say to Redan, I'm like, he said that the warlocks gave him a lot of bacon, apparently. So
Redan starts wrestling him for the bacon.
What?
Oh, he is full on fighting you for it.
Oh my god.
It's like not even a joke anymore. He's just like, this is mine.
This is my bacon.
I'm happy if this gets real.
Redan versus dog.
That's
no, he's a good boy. He doesn't snap at you, but he does do that dog thing where he like snaps at it. But if he catches any part of skin, he lightens up real quick.
Like,
Yeah.
And what if I say, Redan, do you think we should bring him with us this time, or maybe not this trip? What do you think?
Redan's gonna stop and just give the dog a solid look over. See how strong he actually looks.
Okay.
Dog show thing.
What do you want me to roll there? Nature, survival?
Roll me a nature check. All right. So you give him a once over. He's pretty strong, but he's still growing. Like he's still very much a puppy. If you guys come up against anything serious, you think there's a good opportunity. There's a good possibility that he could be seriously hurt.
I think we could bring him soon.
Okay.
He's still a puppy. I don't know if we
kind
can
of-
control him yet.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like we're getting to the point now to where he's going to be invaluable soon.
Oh,
Especially
absolutely.
since I can talk to him now.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Yeah, perhaps not this time, but later.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
And besides, it's nice to have someone here that can tell me if anything weird goes on while we're gone.
That is true, especially as no one else knows you can speak to him.
Yeah, exactly. He said there's a lot of weird smells coming from the mage tower.
That does not surprise me based off of what I saw.
Yeah, he said starting to smell dead or something. I assume that's
Like demon poop.
a mage tower thing or
Demons.
Redan just starts like slowly walking over towards the mage tower, trying to like usher her over so that they can carry the conversation so that she's got line of sight so that maybe
Sure.
see something get pooped out.
All right. So yeah, while you walk over to it, there is this pink sludge oozes out, and you can see that it's actually covered with eyes and mouths, and it moves like a liquid. And it is immediately lanced with a series of crossbow bolts. And you can see Tommy cast a spell that immediately ignites it, and it kind of like moves about and tries to lash at him with like thousands of mouths before settling into a pile.
oh my god, Jubasa looks at her dad, she says, that was really cool.
Right? It was awesome. But do you see how it's pooping?
It is. Oh my gosh. Has it been doing that just this whole time?
I don't know. I've only seen this twice now.
Oh my gosh. What, is that the same thing that came out of it before? Whatever that was?
This looked much more like poop.
Of these reactions.
Okay. Georgetta's just like, well, that was really cool. To watch them just murder it immediately.
I also enjoyed that greatly.
It's like a show. You're just like, this is awesome.
Yeah, like I still have the bacon too, so I'm just like, just eating bacon, like watching this happen. Breakfast and a show.
Excellent.
And then as Gilbetta like turns to go back, she sees the gargoyles on the side of on the fucking corners of the crowd. She's like, what the shit?
It's just gargoyles sitting up there. All right.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do inside the crab shack?
Well, getting it once the last wave of Dinah's rolls through. He's also going to mention before Yibi leaves, and you mention, hey, like, get your shit together. We're rolling out as soon as breakfast is done. Bringing him with.
Yibi prepares. Actually, no. Yibi stops you, and he says, "I think I should stay."
What?
Why is that going on?
Persuade me.
I need to work on this. I need to help them.
I respect your instinct toward leadership. I respect your leadership instincts, Yibi. Very well, stay and help with the protection of the keep.
Kind of leans in close to you and he says, "I'm better at this than most of them, thanks to you."
I believe so. But
So
don't forget, there's still a lot to learn.
Need me.
Right now, I think you're right. But don't forget, there's still a lot to learn. So perhaps join us next time.
Okay. He nods his head. And he kind of gives you a salute.
Rogue buddy.
All right.
All right. And then, just basically like cleaning up, going, getting this stuff ready to go.
All right. Clean up, get ready to go.
Yep.
As you're getting ready to go, they pull the cart around and they get everything set for you. And Spoonie says to you, he comes up to you while you're getting ready. He says, "We're counting on you, kid. I know you won't let me down."
Do my best. I've got as much in this as you know. Ugh. Can't speak this morning. I'm a little kitchen brain,
Yeah, it's going around. Hey, do me a favor. I'll look after Lilith. I know it doesn't seem like much, and don't tell her I said anything. But the people who want to take her back to a place she really don't want to go to. I'm sure you can understand.
I can understand that. Are you sure of who it is?
I got Marcus on it. So I'm not sure yet, but I will be.
All right. Did Cookie take one of the sending stones with him?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Salazar had that? Okay, good. I think Dan gave Tommy one of the sending stones. So, just do me a favor and have somebody alert with it at all times in case we need to call back.
Sure thing. And keep somebody on it. Hey, kind of looks around for a minute. He says, something I got to tell you about Lilith. Thing is, our family aren't good people. The reason I came across her is because somebody put out a contract to get rid of her. And it came across my desk, so to speak.
So why would they now be putting out a contract to get her back?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I didn't take the job, and I took another job instead. And that's why she's still here now.
The
state I found her in, Kashano, that girl's been through hell and back. I won't even kid you on it.
Do you know her family name?
I don't want you to know it just yet till I get word back on this. Because if I get word back on this, this might be a problem that you shouldn't be involved in. Know what I mean? For your own safety.
Yeah. You know how I feel about plausible deniability. I'm choosing to trust you.
That is a good choice to make. Believe me, I have your best interest at heart. All right?
This is new for me.
Keep
All
this
right.
between the two of us, okay?
Oh, absolutely. That I can definitely do.
All right. You got time for one last song that I was supposed to teach you before you leave?
I mean, I'm ready. I don't see anyone else. So, yeah. Fuck it.
All right. So he takes some time and he kind of sets up on the front and tunes up his lute and he begins to play a little bit. Hey, hey, did you ever think there might be another way? Just feel better about today. Oh, take it all in the world and show for ya. Look much better when you glow. And yeah, hope you heard every word I've said. And yeah, had enough of all your crying. Just shape up the state of mind you're in. If you wanna be somebody else, if you're tired of losing battles with yourself, if you wanna be somebody else, just change your mind. And he plays that out for you a bit.
All right. Sean's kind of like watching, trying to track the notes.
Yeah.
And kind of. All right. Is this just a tavern tune, or does this song have utility?
Yeah, think about the words. Maybe it'll find some utility for you. Have a safe journey.
Is this a spell I already know?
Just think about the words and play the song, Kashano.
I'm just saying. You can interpret it a few different ways.
We're having a nice moment and you ruin it with too much chicken. Now get out of here.
All right. He's going to go load up in the cart, but he's going to sit inside the cart because he plans to practice this song.
All right, who's going to drive the cart then?
Oh, shit. Jabetta will drive.
Jabetta's going to drive?
I guess.
All right. Lilith, are you going to sit in the cart? What is Lilith going to decide now?
Yeah, no, I slowly come down with a gear kind of like head thing to cover my horns a little bit.
Full on cover up, yep.
Yeah, I pretty much use my disguise kit, and instead of purple, I've got like human colored skin.
Nice.
I'm just like
One of those
Yeah.
Audrey Hepburn headscarves and like.
Pretty much just
Yeah,
the headscarf and whatnot. Hopefully, just something. I don't know what to do about my eyes though.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the one thing I don't know.
hopefully people don't look too close.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a round of applause from the chat.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. People enjoyed my singing.
Mhm.
Yay! That was good. Good job, Puck.
All right. So Lilith will sit in the cart. Kashana will sit in the cart. Where will
Before we leave, Redan needs to find Spoonie and just let him know to get hold of him if Marcus Phoenix shows up.
no problem. I'll
And-
let you know as soon as he gets back from the job he's on.
Thank you. And then he goes off and he'll sit in the cart.
All right.
I think she'll
Nevada-
turn. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, Lil turn around. Is Spoonie gone now or no?
Spoonie kind of like sees you off and he grabs your hand and kind of gives you a pat and says, "You're gonna be okay, Lil. Promise." And then he goes back inside.
And Lilith will be like, "Remember your promise."
I remember my promise. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here to greet you when you get back. All right?
Nods.
All right.
Okay, Spoonie. And walks towards the cart. Just that whole unsure thing.
All right.
And Jobetta says, "Land ho!" And she just we're off.
In the cart, Kashana just says, "I'm glad you've decided to join us. We're not going to let anything happen to you." Right?
Aw.
Redan nods.
She looks at you and looks at Redan. Well, I guess we're officially a team now.
All right.
We have to look after each other's backs.
So you
Let's
guys
do our best and come back in peace.
So you guys hop into the cart and start heading north. Your destination is far up north in the mountains, past Long Saddle and up near Mirabar. So you've got a long journey ahead of you. You're familiar with the trail as you've traveled up and down the long road many times.
Mhm.
Probably during that ride, Lil's gonna mention it. She's like, I think for this journey, we should leave my face out and not tell people about the concert I could bring and all that wonderfulness. Yeah?
We'll make contact with any relevant parties and let you know who they are before you interact.
All right.
I have two things to discuss.
Oh,
What is that?
I have two things to discuss.
Okay.
All right.
The
Sean,
first,
put away his pan flute for now.
Marcus Phoenix brought information to my attention. There's a summit of hill giants happening in the direction we are traveling. This is not good. This does not happen often. There are numerous giants that are meeting. What is awkward and odd is there is no sky giants, no astral giants, no storm giants. I
Why
have
is it
no
awkward?
idea what this is about, but it's happening in 10 days.
Krishana's gonna think back if he's ever heard of a gathering of giants like this. Oh shit.
And actually, yeah, I'm gonna pop in on that too.
all right. Not so much, but Kashana, you remember that this is reminiscent of the stories you heard during your last journey north up to Neverwinter when you entered that mysterious storm temple,
Yeah.
where
Yes.
a group of giants got together in an alliance against the dragons.
Yes. Well, Dan, you remember, you were there at the temple. There was the story we came across about a gathering of giants.
I recall.
And that was to stop the dragons, I believe.
Yes, it was.
But if I recall correctly, the storm giants were an integral part of that one.
That is correct.
So could it be that they're moving against the cloud storm giants?
That. What does Redan think on that?
What does Redan think on that?
Because it seems like, I mean, granted, it's a small sample size, but it seems like the only reason that giants accumulate like that is to discuss a major threat to their people.
Redan, give me another knowledge check for that. Give me another history check for what you know about giant society.
Wow.
Oh,
Nothing.
you don't know nothing.
You've read that whole book. And
Enclave
still
too
don't
long.
know shit.
All right. Well, even
You
with
read
a
a different
9,
chapter.
even with a 9, you recognize that the giants that are going to this summit are generally considered of the lower caste of giants, and the ones omitted are generally considered of the higher caste.
Redan will absolutely pass that along.
Okay.
It's
Jovetta
still
says from the front of the cart, just she's overheard a little bit,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like all of it. She says, "I hope they're not missing an orb."
This is sounding an awful lot like a coup in the works.
and if that happens, that is not good. There will be a lot of death.
Ooh, yes. Is this the sort of thing that's going to require you to head home?
I do not need to attend. My people will probably be there, but will most likely not engage.
Should we send? Should you go? Should we send someone to
I mean, I think
scout it out and see what's said?
not that they're the most reliable records of information, but if we can
Please don't
find
say
Augenbach after the fact.
Oh God!
Og and Bog were summoned. That is how Marcus Phoenix found out about this.
I said we know they'll be there. Do we know if they've gone there yet? Can we intercept them? If we can intercept them and plant a sending stone on them, we only got the one.
Marcus Phoenix was not clear on when they left, only that this happening in 10 days.
But it's Og and Bog. Let's be honest. They probably are stopped to eat.
If they could remember long enough to make the whole journey, I'd probably.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
Where
Where is the summit? Where is it at?
It is happening in the Nether Mountains, northeast.
Oh shit.
I feel like this is one of those things that, while it doesn't directly affect us immediately, there's fallout we need to be concerned about and prepared for. I don't know what we can do to affect it, though.
I don't think there's anything we can do. You will not be welcome. I most likely would not be welcome as a half-breed.
We should focus on the mission now. We have a time limit with what's going on back in the keep
I
with the
agree.
tower.
Yes, let's cover our own asses first.
Yeah,
That
we're still
brings me-
moving. We haven't stopped.
No,
Yeah.
you're
That
still going.
brings me to my second point. If these people we are dealing with are slave traders, I will kill them all.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's make sure we get what we need before the vengeance spree. But
Yeah.
I do not have the ability to deal with them in any way if I find this out. So you need to be aware.
right,
Georgia actually knows kind of the way. She's actually she's heard a lot of stories from the mines and about this northern part of the world from Figram.
Yeah.
Because
So
he was our mentor for like 100 years or something.
yeah. So
So, like-
Figram was a shield dwarf, and he would talk about people like Stoutbeard all the time.
Yeah.
Stoutbeard is a gold dwarf, and gold dwarves, they only care about money. They'd
Yeah.
sell their own mother.
Yeah. So she knows a little bit of kind of him, and she kind of passes along that information to them. And she says, Figram told so many tales. She said he was always talking about the days, the days from that time and everything like that. Because again, he was our mentor for like 100 years.
Oh yeah.
So, they got really, really close.
All right.
all right.
So as the journey progresses, eventually your cart stops as you come across a small chasm in the road. And as you look out, this chasm stretches over larger and larger into this enormous shape. And Gilbetta, you notice this is faintly dragon-shaped, this chasm in the earth.
Where are we at in the road? Where are we at in the, like, how far up the
On the map.
You are along the long road, and your conversations have taken quite some time. So
Yeah.
you're just passing the Tribor area. But
Fuck
one
Tribor.
thing,
Is this what
Fuck Tribor. One thing you immediately notice as you see this chasm, you see the broken remains of what you recall to be the entrance into the Temple of Storms.
Oh shit.
And we'll take a break there.
Oh, damn it! So we're between Tribor and Long Saddle, right?
Yes, you are.
To be clear, the Temple of Storms did disappear when we were there, right?
We did.
Next morning? When
Does anybody remember which way we went to get the fucking orb? Because we need to go the other way if we go back into it.
I do remember.
I think we went left, maybe?
We went left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch the past channel.
Yeah, watch
Yeah, we got
all
30
the
minutes.
previous
Let's go.
episodes to
Yeah.
catch up on this shit. Fucking
Yeah.
callbacks.
Time to go find that episode and just like be like.
You can do that on the break.
Yep, exactly.
I want to say 8. It is called the Storm Temple on YouTube.
Yeah, it's Storm Temple. On the
Yeah, it's really convenient.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow, we're gonna take a break. We got some great videos for you during the break, and we'll be back.
shortly.
Maybe Puck.
And we're back.
We're back.
Hey guys, and thanks to our new follower.
Thank you to our new follower.
Yes. Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure to have more people following us.
Thank you very, very much.
We promise
When-
not to lead you wrong.
When last we left our heroes, they were traveling along the long road and came across a massive chasm in the earth, shaped like a dragon. Next to what appears to be the ruined entrance of a place they've gone before, the Storm Temple.
Krishana's gonna pop his head out. Why are we stopping? Holy shit!
Yeah. Jovetta says, so there's a dragon-shaped hole and that storm temple came back.
Redan gets out immediately to investigate.
Okay.
Jovetta says, that I'm just gonna park the cart over here.
Yeah. What? That storm. I'm just gonna go look.
All right. You take a look. The entrance of where the Storm Temple is completely just destroyed. And where you imagine the rest of the Storm Temple would be, there's just this yawning dragon-shaped chasm, and there's bits of rubble inside, but everything's kind of collapsed in.
So the hole is like behind the
Yeah.
ruins. Got it. I
Not great.
we're gonna look over into the hole.
You look over into the hole, and it's just like there's loose soil, turned over trees, and
Not a dragon corpse or anything. Though?
no.
This could be related to the Storm Giant or to the Giant Summit.
Jovetta
House of Giant.
is going to do a nature check to see if she notices anything about the nature of
I can't do audio cues today because he's staring at the
what has happened.
Redan would like to check around for tracks or anything that resembles digging or anything like that.
Okay, not with an 8. You don't notice much of anything. You're like, it looks dragon shaped to me.
It's a dragon-shaped hole. I don't know.
With your 17 survival, you notice at the edges of the hole there are massive claw marks where something dug in and pulled itself out.
Pulled itself out.
Yeah.
Shit.
What do you say shit about, Redan?
You remember that giant dragon skeleton we found inside?
A what?
Fuck. Oh, she wasn't there for that. That's
Something crawled out.
right. Well, that's
We seem
not
to be-
ideal.
Consistently on the bad news.
I feel like this could be related to the giant summit.
Yeah.
Might be. Well, I mean, this was a giant temple.
And the giants being excluded would have been associated with this temple, yes?
Perhaps. It was more of a storm giant's tale.
So
Wait, so who was not... was it
The,
not the storm giants being...
the storm giants, the astral giants, and the sky giants are not involved in the summit.
Yeah, so like an undead storm dragon would fall into a few of those categories.
Interesting. We will have to wait and see more. There's no way we can get in to investigate. It does not look like to me.
No, there's no way we can, like, go put that orb back. You saw that orb, Jabetta?
it's in the vault.
Fuck.
I think it's good that we have the orb.
Yeah, I do. I actually think that as well. I think.
I hope the vault is well enough warded that they can't find it there. Oh, Lilith, it may have been very good that you came with us.
Why?
Because there could very well be a dragon attacking the keep right now.
How would it know?
How was that good that I came to
Because you're
dragon?
not in the keep.
What? Use your words, lady.
Dragon. To rest.
I don't think that would be a much bigger hole.
Not big enough for the terrace.
Yeah.
Ridan is going to look around and try to figure out if these are like skeletal claws and or any hill giant or like people-sized footprints as well.
All right. You can keep the same survival check. There's no other indication of that other than the people who would normally be traveling up and down the road. You can see the section of road that has been removed from this chasm. People have been going around it for some time now.
For some
Alright.
time.
Passes all this along, yeah.
But you don't see any tracks of anybody else that might have been there. And it's difficult to tell whether the claws had flesh attached to them or whether they were skeletal.
All right.
Skeletal.
Nobody says, well, guess we gotta go around.
On the plus side,
Wait.
at least we took some of its teeth. Ha ha.
So, the last
looks
time
like-
we were down this road was when we were coming back from Neverwinter, yeah?
You're going to
Yeah.
Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't come back this way? No, we
you
took
took
fast
the
travel.
fast travel, yeah.
Yeah.
So this may have very well happened right after we were here last time.
It's hard.
I'm seeing a lot of disturbing connections between this situation and
Well, you always do, first of all.
And how often am I right? At least
Not
half.
very. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you half. All right. Well then, and Joetta just gets in the cart and drives it to the other side.
No shit.
Jovetta, would you like me to drive so you can rest?
You can drive if you would like. Because of the situation we're about to find ourselves in, I think I might need to, take a trance and maybe rearrange, prepare some different spells.
I will drive.
All right.
Jonah's gonna sit up the to keep a lookout and kind of like look more at this hole as they're going around. Totally out of his element, not even sure what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Just-
Can I make a perception, like not just at the hole, but just the other areas?
Sure.
a paranoid look around.
Basically, yeah, a paranoid look around.
Give me that paranoid look around number.
Eh.
Nah, you don't notice anything in particular.
You're not paranoid enough.
Yeah.
I was fixated on this hole and the hell that will rain down upon us soon.
Great. So that was a thing that happened.
So that's some good news.
Does everyone have their rings on?
Mine is in my bag.
Ridan is wearing his, and he says to Kashano, perhaps you should check with Tommy and let him know about this.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tommy.
Yes,
Come
we
here.
did it. The one moment. And you hear like a squelch.
It
Then like
sounds
some
like it's still
splattering
pooping out.
sounds.
No rush.
Okay, go ahead.
any word about a dragon appearance around Tribor-ish area on the long road?
I haven't heard anything through the grapevine.
Okay, remember that storm temple we told you about? The one that just kind of appeared and then disappeared?
Yes.
It's back, but pieces of it, and there appears to have been a dragon dug its way out of it from the looks.
Was there a dragon inside last time you were there?
It was a dragon skeleton. There were some dragon statues and
We
some
only-
tapestries.
We did only go one direction, though.
That's true.
True.
There was some small dragonish.
They are drakes.
That horn that we had. Did I show
The
you that?
lightning. The
No,
lightning.
it's not
ring.
important. We sold those anyways. Probably shouldn't have. So can you do us a favor? Add this to Marcus's things to be on the lookout for. Any news about either storm dragon, skeletal dragon, something that's been missing for a long time that just appeared?
Sorry.
You guys are giving Marcus a lot of busy work lately. Do you not like him?
I mean,
He's,
not particularly.
Listen, if he doesn't want the work, he shouldn't boast so much about how good he is.
No,
I
I'm
think
just
Lilith really likes him.
Well,
I look at Radan like, oh, no.
I'm just checking.
I mean, he said he could get information about anything. and,
No, he definitely can. It's just
you know,
work all at once. I don't mean to insinuate anything. I'm just
no, it's perfectly fine. Yes, I would personally, I would much rather he be at the keeper's level as possible. He weirds me out. Anyways,
yeah, he gets that a lot. All right, I'll get him to look into it.
appreciate it. And I'm gonna go back to pan fluting on that song.
Okay.
Practicing that.
The groan.
Redan, as he's driving away, throws the book into the back, that Tarask log, and says, if anyone would like to read.
All right.
Maybe later.
You didn't get all the way
Around.
through. It's actually a very thick book. You've actually made it through a lot of the chapters, but it's more just like date, time, no activity. Date,
A logbook.
no activity. Date, time, no activity.
Hey Lilith, do you recognize this song at all? And he's gonna play the tune.
oh God.
I'm curious, actually. Do
He's
I?
gonna, he's gonna play the tune, the song that Spoonie was had
Singing.
taught him.
Fireball into the middle of the cart.
Dang it.
Are you singing it, Kashano?
But he's just playing the tune at first.
Okay. DM, does Lilith recognize it?
It's a song that you've heard Spoonie play this song and kind of
Mhm.
sing it to himself.
Mhm.
It's something that he does whenever he's having a hard time.
Hmm. Okay. I'm familiar with that song. Did you hear that from Spoonie?
Yes, he seemed to think it was an important song for me to learn. These old bard songs, I can never tell which ones are spells and which are just songs. And I like the ones that are spells, sometimes they're cryptic. Like this, if this was a spell, I mean, would this be a healing spell? Or would this be a disguise spell? Is this like influence based? I don't know.
You need to look more than the song just being a spell, Kashano. What did Spoonie tell you?
He just said, listen to the words.
Sometimes it's just that simple. Don't overthink it when it comes to music.
That's lovely and all, but I'm kind of at a point where I need to increase my utility.
Don't we all?
Duba's
As
just
Kashano-
sitting there like, bards.
Yeah, as this is going on,
Make some fun smells.
yeah.
as this is going on, Redan starts to like decrease the pace to get that like jerky motion just for fun.
As soon as she says bards, I want to like cast my mage hand and poke her on the nose. Like, yes, bards.
Boop.
Then okay, fine. You want to play?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
playing.
It's time for a cantrip off.
If she's gonna cast and boot me on the nose, then I'm gonna cast around her. I'm gonna cast a harmless sensory effect of a puff of wind that messes her hair up.
Wait, but I'm covered in hats and stuff.
I'll blow your hat off your head.
Oh no, this guys! Jamaica, that's not funny. What if someone recognizes me? I'm in the middle of nowhere here.
Jamaica says, "Don't book me."
I feel like between the jerking motion of the cart and the wind and the booping going on inside the cabin, Krishano, at some point, he accidentally like gets jerked forwards and blows through the panpipe instead of across it.
Oh. It's getting hot in here.
Just like hot air fills up the car.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You thought this was a cart? It's a hot air balloon, bitch.
How many color sprays
Everyone
does
all
that
right?
maze have?
1 per day.
Damn it.
Ah.
So yeah, he accidentally blows breath of the wind mantle.
Yep.
Shadow! Watch out.
But if you all stop fucking around,
Her dad's like, I will turn this cart around.
Started it. She booped me.
I can only do that once a day. You know.
So
Oh fuck.
the ride goes basically like this for 2 days.
We're not even gonna roll on
Prestidigitation,
no,
thaumaturgy.
No, like
Druidcraft.
there was one piece I wanted you guys to get from the ride, and it's happened now.
As soon as we arrived in town, hair's just disheveled, we're colored.
Yeah. There's like color sprays everywhere.
Hello.
She probably used prestidigitation to like put dirt on my face or something.
But it's been 2 days, so all of our
That's a
stuff.
good idea. I didn't think of that.
You guys have worked it out. And-
Color on one's dirt. One smells.
Yeah, that skunk smell, man. That happened at some point.
Can I assume that Tarrasque log has been read? No information.
So Shano, at some point during these 2 days, once he notices what it is, he just looks over in the column that says no activity and just scans that on every page for anything different than no activity.
Okay, so you guys do this for the whole ride?
Kusharo probably spent about an hour and got bored if he didn't find anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Redan would have gone cover to cover, slow and meticulous.
Okay.
Probably
So-
a little humming every now and then.
You find one log where it says creature stirred.
When is that from?
When did it say? Yeah, when does it say?
It was in the summer 15 years ago.
Holy shit.
You're all just assuming I told you.
Yeah, that's good.
Redan would not share that information at the moment.
Okay.
Well, did Redan find it, or
Yeah, Redan found it because he's the one who went through meticulously.
Yep, that goes back into the bag and no one sees the log again.
Okay.
Hypocrite.
get bored with that one, Redan?
I'm done.
Okay.
All right. So,
Are we there yet?
yes, you have arrived.
Are we there yet?
You arrive at Mountain Scar Hold, the Dwarven City.
Mountain Scarhold. Okay.
So that is like in Dwarvish. She says, "Oh boy."
And
I'm gonna go to Kashano and ask him, like, can you get spinning online and see if you ever made contact with anyone here? A place that we can stay.
Hands you the stone.
Jobetta's gonna say, just quick question before we go in here. Does anyone else read or speak Dwarvish?
No.
Just
Nah.
me? Okay. Good.
Oh, good.
Good.
Just a question before we continue on. Has anyone heard from Seville? Is this normal?
It's normal.
It's pretty normal.
It's very normal.
Okay.
He's kind of his thing, and I mean, I'm sure that he's hard at work and totally not screwing around at a brothel.
It's one of those two, for sure.
Isabel was that little one, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
The little redhead.
the little redhead who saved your life at least
Yep.
once.
Yep.
Didn't even learn his name. Of course. What
To
We
be fair,
carried him.
That was
A
like
lot
4 or 5
has
life
happened.
savings ago.
was that?
That was like 4 or 5 life savings ago.
Yeah. She's been saved a lot. So.
She was just not taking things seriously until now. It's like, this is now going to be concrete. Better start remembering things.
Yeah.
Right? Why remember the name of someone until they have utility?
So this place is called Mountain Scar Hole.
Is that your
because
word
it
of the
is-
day? Utility? Is that your fucking word of the day?
Yes, it was on my calendar.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Mountain Scar Hold.
It's called Mountain Scar Hole because it is built around this massive chasm dug into the earth. So there are these cobblestone walkways that are run along the edges of it, and along these cobblestone walkways there is all manner of rigging where groups of dwarves and workers and very frequently some slaves are actually lowered down into this cavern and are chipping away at the walls of this place, making the cavern ever deeper. It just sinks into blackness at the edge of it, and you can occasionally see the flash of picks and some odd lights from headlamps down in the bottom of it. The whole cavern just echoes with the sounds of mining work, and along into the recesses of the rocky walls are various buildings and residences, along with the occasional shop and inn.
Taking a look at the slaves, is it like a variation or a certain type of slaves?
All manner. The workforce is predominantly dwarven, and whenever it's not dwarven, you feel like those people might be slaves.
Yeah, are they like chained? Is it obvious that the slaves?
That was my question.
They're not physically chained,
okay. Good.
but it doesn't feel like they're workers.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't feel like they're paid workers. Just the general mannerisms in the situation. There are some humans. There is very occasionally an elf,
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
and there are very frequently orcs.
The dwarves hate the orcs. Jabata says, now remember what I told you. This guy is all about money.
Yeah. So as you're traveling, you actually see there's this large poster on the wall, and it is an image of a bunch of shadowy figures holding up glittering blades. And on the wall, the poster says, they have Stoutbeard blades. Do you?
Oh. Is that in common? Can everybody read that?
It's in Dwarvish.
Oh.
Oh.
Jabata will be like, and she'll what? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. And she'll tell them what it says.
That seems like a strange place to put an advertisement.
It's not the only place. You'll notice they're kind of like scattered about the whole place.
I really don't like this place.
Yeah. Kind of shady.
The dwarves, listen, guys, dwarves hold grudges and they hold friendships very, very long times.
Well, look, is there any signage indicating where we're going to find the main offices?
There is.
I'm more asking Jobetta because I can't read shit around here.
Jobetta can read the signs leading towards the Stoutbeard estate.
Yep, she
and to the Ironbeer vaults.
She says, "All right, so do we want to start at the vault?"
let's check if there's an ally we can stay with here.
Ah,
Oh yeah,
Do
you
you
got the
have-
stone.
Do you have any contacts here?
Hello?
I might,
Is this thing on?
but I don't.
yes. Yeah, what is it?
Spoony?
Yeah, this is Spony.
Ah, okay, okay. Spoony, we're now at the dwarves' place, and remember that request I asked you the other night? Have you made any contact with someone that we could possibly stay with?
Yeah, there's a friend of mine. Look for Phillips Filgrease.
Phillips Filgrease?
Yeah, let him know you're friends with Spoonies.
How do we go about finding him?
You should be able to pick up his shop somewhere.
What's the shop's name?
Phillips Filgrease.
Oh. And he's just Philip. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Before we enter, is any other advice you can pitch in?
What kind of shop is this, Spoony?
It's a jewelry store.
Oh.
All right.
Philip will have the inside scoop. He uses the vaults quite a bit.
All right. And Jobetta's going to start looking for, like, walking the streets, looking for a sign that says that in Dwarvish or Common.
All right, you do find a sign that says it in Dwarvish, and there's a very nice shop front, and it has a couple glass cases with like jewelry and necklaces and rings and stuff in the front of it.
Jobetta says right there.
Thank you,
That's it.
Spoony.
No problem.
All right. Head on. All right. It was there. Kashano's gonna get out of the cart.
Jobetta says, perhaps let me go in first. She says, often dwarves like elves more than humans. They don't really tend to trust humans. I feel that once they get to know them, they're dead. So.
Well, we've got the connection for one. We're sent here by a friend of his, so I'm not terribly concerned about that. The other thing is I do have actually a bit of business that this gentleman might be able to help me with. But if you want to go first, feel free. Yes.
I mean, I'm
Let me
just
know
saying.
when. Go introduce yourself and wave me on it.
I will stay with the cart.
All right.
Do you want me to go with you, or you're good, Jabata?
If you're not comfortable, I'm sure you'll be fine staying in the cart. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't
Up
want
to you.
to.
Okay. I will wait here until you give
Already
us the go.
You already look like a private detective or something, all covered up.
Jobetta, see if there's a place where we can sell items. I still have boomsticks and morning stars and bows I would like to sell.
Oh, I really want to hold on to those boomsticks until we get a forger in the keep. You might need one as a model.
We'll keep one for sure.
Okay.
All right, Jobetta's going in the shop and completely in Dwarvish. She says, "Good day, sir."
And a high elf walks out from the back room.
And so she switches over to Elvish immediately.
She's like, he's like, welcome to Phillips Filgrease.
Does she say it in what language?
He says it in Common.
Common. Okay. She's like, Jobetta's like, hello. She says, I'll be honest, I was expecting a dwarf, but it's lovely to see an elf.
Yeah, it's unusual to see a high elf out in these dwarven parts, but I have found the dwarves have quite the proclivity for shiny things and
They
not
do.
quite the hands to make the finer work.
Well, and as you and I both know, they don't really like the humans.
Yes, not so much, but they've never been terribly super fond of elves in these parts anyways.
No.
But I get by okay.
I bet you do. Well, I've actually got a question for you. We're in town to do some business, and I was sent here by Spoony.
Ah, Spoony.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We were hoping you might be able to give us some information and perhaps recommend or have a safe place to stay while we're in town.
You guys can stay. I have a residence just above the shop. You can hang out there.
Okay. Do you mind if I go grab my party?
No problem at all. I'm
Okay.
just finishing up a particular ring. And he goes back into his
Okay. Gilberta walks outside and she says, "Guys, it's a high elf. It's an elf."
And, like, how high is he?
But
Like, could he hold a conversation at least?
what the hell are you? What the hell does that mean?
I look at Kashana like, honestly.
Redan agrees.
Goes in.
Purple flowers that grow around here. Those are awesome. You gotta try them.
No, he's a. Oh my god. Okay, what's
Lil's
happening?
in though, by the way.
She just walks back into the shop, just ignoring Kashana.
Can we-
No sense of humor. Oh my god. All right.
What was that?
Gilberta, can we leave the cart here? Can we leave the cart here, Gilberta?
There is an area you can like hitch up the horse.
I'm assuming there's
Yeah, I would tie him up. I mean,
Ask that high elf.
yeah,
I don't know if he's in the
I
capacity to tell us if he's high.
it's not, guys. Do you know anything of the world that surrounds you?
I open the door and
He's
say,
a bloody no.
"Where could
I think you could stand to get a little high, Gilbert. You gotta like loosen up a bit.
He's a
concur.
noble.
I concur," as I go back to the door and be like, "Where can we park this?"
You can hitch it up out front.
Redan will take care of that.
Because Sean was gonna go on into the thing.
Gilberta walks back in and she says, "I know you." She says, "You know, take your time, finish your ring, do your thing."
Oh, it's going to be a fine creation.
I
I'm
bet.
sure you're going to love it.
Take off my glasses.
There are some beautiful pieces in here. There's gems of all shapes and colors and configuration. There are some gemstones crafted in like the image of a flame. Some are like crafted into small animals. They're all over the place.
That's really
And
cool.
there's gems cut into all kinds of fine shapes and designs and sculptures. And there's incredible braided gold and silver jewelry just scattered throughout the place. It's very fine work all over.
Gilberta will say, "Do you do any enchantments on your work?"
Oh, on occasion. Occasionally the enchantments just happen.
Oh,
Lilith's helping herself with a ring or two and bracelets. Like, oh my, oh my.
we may have a few custom pieces that we can give you business for.
Oh, well, I do love to do some custom work, but I like to take my time with it.
That's fine.
Yeah, we have more pressing matters. Do you happen to be on personal terms with Ironbeard?
The Ironbeard family is on personal terms with a lot of people. I have a section of the vault for myself.
I see.
Some of my finer works and some of the larger creations need a outside storage space for security.
Naturally.
What about one Dragoth Stoutbeard?
Oh, he is not popular.
Why would that be?
Well, okay, so you know how sometimes orcs will come into a village and ransack the place and burn the place down?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He kind of comes in and buys that land, redevelops it, and sells it at a profit to new people.
Of course he does. From what I've heard of him, I'm not surprised by that.
He's also a bit of a war profiteer. Unlike other dwarfs, he doesn't. He's not particular about who buys his weapons. Very fine crafted weapons that they are, but he'll sell them to anyone.
He's he's a highest bidder sort of man.
Yes.
Kashana just kind of looks at Redan like,
I have a question, Philip. What do you know? And she kind of is like, oh, shit. She says, "What do you know of the Bone River clan?"
Vigrella Bone River.
Who?
Vigrella Bone River. Drogoth Stoutsbeard's fiancée.
What? Oh shit! Oh god!
Are you okay? What happened?
No! No!
what? Was Vigrella the name of the daughter?
No!
Say something else besides knowledge about them. What?
No!
I can tell I've upset you, and I'm terribly sorry.
Question. I don't because Gilberta didn't know the name of the mother or the daughter.
Yeah.
So she has no idea which one it is. I have a question.
Yes?
Okay. Oh God. How long have they been together?
Well, they've been courting each other for quite some time. Estella Bone River was a bookkeeper here for some time, and her and her daughter hung around for a bit, and eventually she just started hanging around with Mr. Stoutbeard, and
So-
just in the last few weeks they've made it official.
So Estella is the mother.
Yes,
And what was the daughter's name?
Vigrella.
How do you
You I believe you used the past tense with Estella. Has she perished?
She's been called off to other vaults, actually.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Is Agrella, is she is she friendly?
Well, she seems friendly enough.
Do we know I have a question.
Any interaction I've had with her, particularly when she was in here shopping, she was insistent that Drogoth is simply misunderstood.
Great. Perfect. Question. Do you know anything of her father?
I've never heard much about the father, to be honest with you. Of course, again, I don't get a lot of direct conversations. It's mostly just chit-chat when people are in the shop. And word travels quickly, you know. High society gossip, spying rings, and all that.
Right. Great.
I heard he was some kind of priest or something.
Yes, that is a fact. He was a priest of Selune.
Oh, did you know him?
Yes.
Oh.
For over 100 years.
Oh my, that is a long time.
He was.
Well, I guess for these folks.
Wow, you're old.
Yeah. Well, Gilberta's like what? Gilberta's 300 years old.
Ring chick.
Explains the attitude. No.
I mean, listen. She says, yes, I knew him for over 100 years. He was my mentor.
Oh.
He took me in, brought me to, and he is the reason that he's one of the reasons that I came to worship Selune.
Oh.
And she kind of like shows him her mark of Selune, like her little necklace or amulet.
Oh, very nice. Estella was so upset when they decided to shut down the temple here.
Why did they do that?
Oh well, there was a lot of upheaval. Stoutbeard was at the head of it. He insisted that in deep places there was no point in having a temple to a moon goddess.
I just love this guy more and more.
He funded a kind of propaganda effort against it.
That definitely falls in line with the sort of artwork we've seen in this area this far.
Dan, just
question.
Yes, I gotta say his marketing's on point.
Well,
Credit where due.
so was Hitler's. She says, so was. Oh my God, I don't even know how to process this information. What is the likelihood of being able to get Agrella aside and speak to her without the presence of Stoutbeard?
Well, Stoutbeard's usually quite busy with the dealings at his estate, so it's likely you could track her down somewhere.
Would you know? Would she be at the estate?
Well, she's either at the estate or she's out shopping.
Oh boy.
I mean, here's a potential in for us if you consider that.
It's actually it's funny that this should come up because that's whose engagement ring I was just finishing up here.
So
I could deliver that for you. You know, I'm just saying.
not only that, but there's nothing wrong with you going forth and saying you'd like to meet her to pay your respects as an old friend of her father.
Oh, it's just so much more complicated now that she's.
Should you be advertising that you're a priestess of Selune?
If she's going to know, because if she asks how I know her father, she's going to know.
Philip, is there a general feeling of hostility towards Selune, or is it just that he saw it as unnecessary?
Not so much hostility, more unnecessary. You know, the posters said, "Oh, there's no place for the moon underground," and all that kind of thing.
I mean, that's a fair point. I've been there, dealt with that.
So I think you're fine. I say, you know, there's no reason to hide that intention. I mean, we are here to negotiate. Speaking of which,
the thing is, I still don't know. I don't know how she feels about Figrim. I don't know the story. I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't know if she ever even knew him.
I would think that at very least. Look, I don't know anything about that. Philip.
Yes.
You're, as a friend of Spoonie, are you familiar with the Avalon Knights Academy?
Oh, indeed I am. I used to make jewelry there.
Fantastic. So you're familiar with the Mage Tower, yes?
So that thing's still up?
It's still up. Bit of an issue with it. We're actually hoping to acquire an item.
Oh.
It's pooping extra dimensional
You know what we're looking for then?
Want the arcane control rod.
Ideally.
Yes, that one. That would be.
So I'm curious if you have any insight as to what sort of value the current possessor would place on such an item, and what might persuade him to trade it.
Well, I don't know a lot about Stoutbeard, but for most people, if he can't deal in massive amounts of gold, he deals in favors.
Oh, God.
What does he consider a massive amount of gold?
Basically, if you had enough to fill that cart you came in, you might need more.
Do you know what kind of favors he normally requests?
Usually something to subvert anybody competing with him in business.
Like murder, basically.
This is.
This is what Rodan?
Rodan froze.
Rodan froze.
Did he? Oh, it's the Warlocks again.
It's the Warlocks again. They froze up Rodan.
If he drops out, we're
This is not the type of person.
There we go.
Yeah, this is not the type of person you want to be indebted to.
We're in a time loop.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Fuck it.
He rewards people who help him out handsomely, but the work he usually wants people to do is a little bit on the side of seedy. In fact, while I was making the ring, he asked me if I could put a curse on anything that his business partners buy. Of course, I refused.
I'm not.
And you got away with it, so he was bitter about it? He wasn't bitter about you refusing?
No, he was a bit upset and certainly offered me quite a bit of extra money for it, but it goes outside my ethical standards. He just cursed me in Dwarvish like I didn't understand it.
I don't suppose he has an affinity for magical items, or
He has an affinity for gold and anything that can increase his power, station, and influence.
We don't want to help that.
No, I mean, here's the thing, though, about a man who lusts for gold doesn't really understand power. Side note, and he's going to reach into his pocket and pull out that ring. He's going to place it on the counter. And it is a very intricate platinum ring with a huge-ass emerald stuck in the middle. This is the one I retrieved from my little hidey hole. That I now no longer have much of a need for. What would you value a piece like this at?
Oh, goodness. Well, and he kind of takes a peek and he puts a little examiner up to it. Oh, that's very fine. And then he takes a very close look at the gem. Huh. Well, it's darn near priceless.
Hey, here we are. So, would this be the sort of thing that would be worth a heap of gold?
Certainly a heap of gold. Although you'd be careful about who you want to sell it to, for sure.
Why?
Oh, here, take a look. And he gives you his magnifying glass to look at the gem. And inside the gem, what appears to be just like this thick emerald at a distance, as you peer into it slower, you can see this verdant landscape. Almost like there's a world contained within it.
What the fuck?
What kind of stone is this?
I don't know. That might require a bit more research. It's either a portal or a containment.
Kashano, you've been carrying around a world in your pocket this whole time?
Here comes the men in black.
All of a sudden, Kashano the Wild just pops out the ring like, what's up, bitch?
Galaxy Defenders.
Okay. Okay.
When did you find this?
I
mean,
Originally.
it could just be an illusion, but it's far too lifelike.
We'll discuss those details later. Thank you. That's good to know. Yeah. All right. We're gonna have to come up with another plan. Do you happen to know? Oh, well, first of all, I mean, you don't seem to have too much affinity for this gentleman. If somebody were to, I don't know, pull one over on him, you wouldn't be too upset, would you?
Oh, well, I don't really have many allegiances, to be honest. I just do my work and mind my own business for the most part.
Fine way to live. Great. So would you happen to know where this arcane control rod is stored?
That would be in the Stoutbeard section of the Ironbeard vaults.
In the Stoutbeard section.
It's probably deep in the vaults, right?
I don't think it's that deep in. In fact, I think it's not far from mine.
I was going to ask that. So excellent follow-up. I mean, so it sounds like we don't have anything of value to trade him. I think we need to kind of confer here amongst ourselves.
Certainly. Here, I'll lead you to the living quarters upstairs.
Oh wow, yes, that'd be fantastic.
And he leads you guys upstairs, and it's a modest living area. And of course, there's also a workbench upstairs with what appears to be an in-progress necklace that he is working on up there. And
all right.
She turns to Philip and asks, "Drinks?"
There's a couple things in the cupboard if you'd like.
Goes over there and picks one up.
I don't much care for this.
Still wearing jewelry that she kind of put on for fun.
Like, you're gonna put those back when you leave, right?
Jobetta says, hey, she says, Philip, one more thing.
Yes.
And she reaches into her, well, actually, she says two more things, and she reaches into her bag, and the first thing she pulls out is that bracelet that the mermaid gave her.
Okay.
And she says, is there anything you can tell me about this?
Oh, this is a very fine piece. And he takes a look and gets the eyeglass out again.
He does the, yeah.
Oh my. Oh, wow. Yes, very fine. Hardly a tool mark. You're looking for some islands to the east.
Okay.
This is not uncommon jewelry there, although this is a particularly fine make.
Any reason why I would have found it south of here, near the academy?
It's an odd place for it to be, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's...
Unless, a trader picked it up on a mission and just dropped it off, but it's certainly not something you find commonly out here.
Yeah, ever heard of anything about an underground city underwater?
I've heard lots of legends.
What about them?
All manner of sunken cities.
What about 'em?
There's about 8 sunken city legends per sea.
Oh, great. Well, this one would be, I guess, particularly from to the east, because that was revealed to me in a vision, and then I found this. So,
How much is this worth?
Oh, this out here a little bit more, with it being an import, something that you don't normally find. Although the individual pieces themselves are not overly rare or expensive, the particular craftsmanship of it is incredible. As you can see here, and he pulls you closer, and he's like, "If you take a look, there's not a tool mark on it. They were able to get it perfectly round without leaving any etchings behind. It's incredible work, great detail." But something like this, likely be able to get at least 150 gold pieces for a proper collector. But again, it's a very specialized item.
Do you suppose it's of gnomish or dwarvish craftsmanship or something else?
Oh, there's a number of different craftsmen out on the islands that make this type of thing. Sometimes it's even the fishermen as they go out. There are fishermen that dive underwater and do spear fishing, and they will collect bits of coral and bits of wreath and create bits of jewelry like this on the side, sometimes working years to create it.
Jabota says, one more thing. And then
one more thing.
She puts the bracelet back, and she sighs, and she reaches into her bag, and she pulls out that old key.
Okay.
That has that washed up at her feet, that has the insignia of Selune on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "What can you tell me of this?" And she hands it to her.
Well, this is very odd. He takes a look and examines it very closely. Well, I mean, it's definitely a key. It's very carefully made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's not much else I can really tell you about it, I'm afraid.
Is there any idea of who would be able to tell me something about this?
You know, if you could get a hold of Estella Bone River, she'd probably know.
I imagine her daughter would have some way to contact her.
Oh, probably. I heard they had a little bit of a falling out.
Oh, great. All roads lead to the daughter. Perfect. All right.
Philip, I have a question.
Certainly.
Have you seen anything of giants or dragons or heard any rumors, whispers?
Oh, there was a rumor that there was a Dracolich about lately.
A what?
A Dracolich.
What the fuck?
What is that?
I think I could put that together.
And with that information, do you know anyone who would be able to speak more on these rumors? Anywhere I can go?
There's a lot of different rumors around. Guards all over the place have been speaking out how they've seen a blue Dracolich lighting up the sky with lightning bolts.
What the
Apparently
shit?
crying out for some missing teeth.
Oh.
Do you have any idea about
Is that
when?
Redan actually laughing, or are you laughing?
Oh, that is both. That's the first time you've seen him actually laugh.
I don't need to ask that
Stunned.
question. I know when this started. Oh, fuck. Just teeth, though? Not looking for anything else?
Well, it's mostly been about the teeth.
And
What
Jabota,
did you guys do?
Jabota, like, she kind of thinks to herself, she's like, well, at least we sold them, so we don't actually have them anymore.
Actually, we didn't.
Did we not?
Redan
God damn it.
just laughs again.
We did it because you wanted to make a helmet out of them, remember?
Oh God, that's right.
I got a little chunk of its tail bone, but I think we did sell that.
Yeah, I think you sold that. Richard still has some stuff too.
Oh.
Yeah,
You stole dragon's teeth while it was alive?
No, it was a
No,
skeleton.
it was a skeleton, for Pete's sake.
Oh, okay, sorry. Catch you up. A Dracolich would be a dragon lich. So we found a skeleton, and it is now animated once again.
How?
We'll get into Lich history later.
The
But
fucking warlocks probably.
long story short, there's a phylactery. Oh shit!
Now what?
I might know what the orb is, guys.
It's so much fun to watch it all come together on screen.
I think I might know what that orb that we have is.
Orb? I haven't seen this orb. What
No,
orb?
you haven't seen the orb.
I think we cannot should not discuss this further now.
Yeah, well, we'll catch you all up on this later.
Philip is like, oh, it's good to see things haven't changed at the keep that much.
No, not really.
Okay. Sorry to bring you away from your work, Philip. We've got quite a bit to discuss here.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll go finish my work downstairs. I'll come see you again when the shop closes.
Yes. Okay. Great.
That'd be lovely. Thank you.
Philip goes to her mantra and just says, just keep drinking.
Once he's gone, Gilberta's like, all right, let's tell her now. I forgot that she wasn't there for that.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't know. But Dan, you probably remember more of the details of this one.
Before we say anything, are we sure this place is
Feldspar. No, go ahead. No, please continue to roleplay. I'm just talking to the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, so Redan, you probably know more about this. Wait, I'm sorry, you were saying something else.
Are we sure this place is not being watched? Perhaps this is
No.
a story for later. It is not pressing right now.
Yeah.
I think we just got here. I think we're fine. Honestly.
I mean, we have to consider that this man doesn't seem to have any fear of the local powers, and he's a friend of Spoonie's. I would say this place is probably on the up and up.
I think we're fine.
Okay.
But regardless, I don't know. The short version, that ruined temple that was in front of the dragon-sized hole that apparently a dragon crawled out of, that isn't normally there. It normally only shows up in storms. We came upon it on our way actually to Neverwinter when we met you.
Yes.
That was when we met Redan as well, and one of the warlocks. But long story short, we took a thing. I have a reason to believe at this point that it might be the phylactery for the Dracolich.
It is definitely possible.
According to Cookie, the vault where it is currently stored, and fucking good call, Jabetta, on putting that in the vault.
Yeah.
It has magical warding enough that it shan't be found there. I have a feeling that if he could find it there, it would have been the first place he went. I don't know. Do dragons have genders? It's not important.
The Dragonborn do. I mean, I don't see why they would.
Redan pulls out that the tome of giant lore and starts flipping through it just as they're talking, just looking for anything in particular.
All right.
Oh dear. We all seem to have carried some kind of baggage.
You do find
people don't become adventurous.
You do find reference to when the storm giant that is chronicled in this book slayed a prominent blue dragon, Krakathagosa. And when they were Krakathagosa.
Okay.
When they slayed Krakathagosa, it was noted that when they approached him, he was being met with what appeared to be a group of humans.
Can you say that last part one more time?
It was noted in the chronicle that when they came upon him, he was in the middle of a meeting with a group of human mages that escaped before they could be questioned.
Okay.
You can do a history check if you like.
Abso-freaking-lutely, and Redan is sharing this information.
Oh, give me an Arcana check too.
All right. History, Arcana.
The dragon was meeting with humans.
All right. So with your history check, you don't know much about it. With your Arcana check, you know that becoming a lich generally takes somebody of particular magical prowess. However, with Dracoliches, a Dracolich can be created by somebody with particular magical power. But it has to be consensual. The dragon has to agree to it as a kind of pact.
Are you sharing that?
Yep, for sure. We may need to confer with my people and make sure someone is going to this summit.
That do you have any way of getting in contact with them?
Not without returning home.
How far of a journey would you say that is from here?
GM, I'd say like 2 days, give or take.
Yeah, we'll say 2 days, give or take.
I don't. Okay, this is all very terrifying.
I need to spepe to Agrella.
And
Let's all hold on. Let's all take a step back.
The quest log's getting a little full.
I've reached max capacity right now.
Unactivate quest. Unactivate quest.
I feel
So many
like,
side quests.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to have a problem accomplishing any of these things without the academy as a resource.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we need to do
Yeah.
this first. What we're doing right now.
The control rod is priority.
So here's a thought. We've got a greedy, overbearing, probably somewhat sadistic from the look of things, gentleman. We've got a fiance having a falling out with her mother.
I'm
Not
going
too
to be
long
honest,
after the
I don't
engagement.
know the story, but her mother probably, from what little I know, her mother probably disliked Stoutbeard, and
This is what I'm thinking. It's possible, nay, probable, if this man is asking for enchanted, cursed jewelry and such. What if she's under his power, and in this engagement against her will?
I agree, and I also suspect the mother is dead.
Okay, can we not go that? Jabetta's kind of having a rough day, anyways.
Should we ask the shopkeeper if she's coming here to pick up the jewelry?
Well, what if she needed to be a size check for the jewelry? Perhaps if we were to go visit her on Philip's behalf and say, we have a sample ring. This is, of course, not your engagement ring, just for size samples. He wanted to maintain the surprise. But could you try this on? If she puts on one of our anti-mind control rings, we'll know if she's under a spell because it will break. At that point, we've gained an ally who may be able to get us into the vaults. It's worth a try.
But if she's suspicious that this is not a common activity that the Philip does for ring sizes.
Well, yes, we need Philip involved in this.
Oh dear. How much involved?
Whatever we decide, we can't wait long.
In agreement to go along with the story that, yeah, try on this ring.
All right. So Philip comes upstairs. And he says, "Well, whatever you're going to do, you'll likely have to wait until morning. Everything's shutting down for now."
Oh, you heard all that.
Philip, he's gonna run the idea by Philip. Like he's gonna say, "I'm concerned. It's sounding like she may be under some sort of mind control. To be completely frank, we just want to test that theory without letting anyone get wind of what's going on."
Well, she should be coming by with her fiance tomorrow to pick up the ring, actually.
Is there any way that you might be able to, with her fiance, shit. Is there any way you would be able to convince her to get one of these rings on her finger momentarily?
Oh, certainly. I can convince her to try it on. I'm quite a salesman.
I would appreciate it if you could give that a trial with just to observe.
Sure. No problem.
I think this would at least provide us with some more information, guys. Rule out one possibility, or find a great opening.
How difficult is it to get in contact with her? This might be our only chance besides just testing a ring.
Well, if you can corner her in a shop, it's usually fairly easily. She's all over the place, and dresses and jewelry and
Is that
finer
so?
adornments. Yeah, that kind of thing these days. She's really been lighting up the town. If Stoutbeard
like
didn't
this
have
guy.
so much gold laying around, I'm sure she could spend it all.
Is she a fan of popular music by chance?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't know.
Ashano?
I'm just exploring possibilities.
I'm not sure what her musical tastes are, really.
Let's stick with what she likes. Dresses and jewelry. They're safe and fun. As long as they're not cursed.
People have a tendency to give up a lot of information when they meet someone who they admire.
I look at the guy and be like, do you recognize me?
No, I spend so much time working, I generally don't recognize a lot of people.
He's an artificer. Is the name Lilith Singer well known around here?
No, is that a... It's mostly dwarven music over here. All bagpipes and drums.
Wait a minute.
Actually, I think we're pretty well equipped for that.
Yes. I think we're thinking along the same line. Do you still have your disguise?
Just if it's necessary, sure, I can do disguise.
Who's a famous dwarven singer here?
Hold on.
I like where this is going.
Joetta says, hold on. Based on the circumstances, I'm going to do something that I never thought I would do.
Going to say something nice to me.
She pulls out the letter that Figrim gave to her on his deathbed to pass to his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she reads it.
And we will find out what it says next week.
Are we really at the end of the episode today? Are we done? No!
Nope,
What?
we're done. This is it. It's coming down next week.
Where did time go? What?
No, this was a really good session. But, Prologue. The camera comes over nighttime, deep in an alcove in a forest near a desert. A lonely campfire. A very large man sits on a log next to a sleeping drow, poking at the flames. A suited figure with a head made of black mist appears on the log across from him. Says, "So where are you taking me, old man?" And the large man does not respond, just continues poking at the fire. "I got plans for you, Blackwind. I'm gonna take you where you can't hurt anybody anymore. You're looking a little tired, Cookie. It's almost like you're no longer immortal." "Yeah, funny that. You just happen to get a bunch of power, and me curse starts to fade. So you gonna tell me how you did it?" "Oh, yes. There's a fella who helped me out. First name No Shit, second name Sherlock." "Who's with the jokes? Hey, you got something on your face." He stops for a moment, and the large man flicks a piece of ember up at the shadowy figure, and it passes through his face. "You're not fooling me, Blackwind. You can't even instantiate a solid form. You're not as powerful as you want me to think you are." "Cute, Cookie. But there's still plenty of other things I can do. Maybe your little friend would like to relive what it was like to live in the Underdark. Maybe relive what it was like if you never got to leave. There are so many ways I can hurt you. There are so many paths to your anguish. I haven't even begun. And you know there's no real way to get rid of me. So what are you doing here? Well, we thought long and hard about it. There's a place out in the desert that crosses over between the realm of life and death. And maybe you can't die. But maybe if we bring you to the land of the dead, you can't leave either. You won't make it out, old man. You don't have the energy. Don't make your friends turn on you. You can try. But it's been a long road, and I ain't gonna stop walking yet. And the figure fades away, whispering, "You're not gonna make it, Cookie." And the large man wakes up, sitting on his log. He reaches into the bag of his drow companion and removes the pocket dimension, the portable hole that the creature is trapped in. He turns to the gelatinous cube and says, "Keep an eye on him and tell him to go home when he wakes up." And the cube says, "Yes, sir." And the large man walks off into the night. And as he does, the gelatinous cube spits out an eye and it lands on him.
Keep an eye on him.
Go.
Oh my god! Oh, fuck!
What?
What the fuck?
Shit just got so fucking real.
Oh my gosh.
What the fuck?
I'm so nervous for Cookie. Oh my gosh, Cookie.
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? We got bits. Thanks for the bits.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank
BJ.
you, BJ.
Thanks for the
you.
bits.
Thanks for the emotional bits. Those were all emotion bits. Every single one of them.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
For anyone who's watching who has no idea what the fuck we're freaking out about, all of our episodes are available for replay on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us. If you'd like to
Yeah,
keep
thank
up with
you.
all the latest happenings of Mercs of Mischief, please feel free to check out our Discord, our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and if you want to catch up on our episodes you haven't watched yet, you can listen to them on SoundCloud, download them, watch them on the go, or listen to them back and forth when you drive from work.
Yeah, and they'll be in the Apple Podcast store soon. Dude.
Watch
If
Sean.
you'd like to check out any of our individual content,
Right
you
now.
can check out Lilith's comics at Balmy Mel on Facebook. You can check out Redan's work at Mesa Perfect on YouTube. You can always catch Kashano on the Mad Maker Twitch channel whenever he's streaming. And of course, you can always see Jobetta up on Nerd Narrative. You can catch me tomorrow night with Too Many Warlocks. Until then, I guess class dismissed.
Fucking burn it down.
Suddenly. Oh my gosh. I want to stay in class. Don't ring the bell.
I love how every single side, like all the personal stories are just like winding together into this like cacophonous ball of shit that's ready to fall.
Oh my. Are we still on?
Yeah.
Hey, let's run into this temple.
Guys.
I love this game.
Sean!
Ah.
I told look, Jill, I
thought the
told you
letter
to
was
buckle
gonna
up.
Listen, I
told
thought
you to
the
buy-
letter was going to be cliffhanger, and then you.
Oh no, I gotta get that letter ready for tomorrow.
We got two
for Sunday.
freaking-
Yep.
oh, while you're off on this quest, here's 6 more things that will kill you.
Yeah, for real, dude. What the
All
fuck?
time sensitive.
It's all just stuff that's happening in the background.
What stinks is that one of these things is going to be like, we have to pick one, and something's going to happen because we just didn't have the time to do the other thing.
No. It's a 2 days journey to the thing, and then a 10 days till the meeting. It's
You know what? Yeah, I think we gotta split the party.
Technically, it's 7 days now. So, yeah.
oh, that's right.
We can't split the party.
We're not splitting the party. We're not.
That's
Yeah, Feldspar Helmet said that, and that is how you end an episode.
We need to start doing some recruiting. We need more. Oh, you know what? We should probably we could send Marcus. No, we can't send Marcus to deliver a message to Giants.
Marcus got so much on his list right now.
Die.
You got Marcus doing operations all over the Sword Coast.
Well,
we need another Marcus.
He seems to travel real fucking fast because we're like, hey, go check on this, and he's back tonight. So I mean,
he knows all the back doors.
Look, if he didn't want so much work, he shouldn't have been so competent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he kept bragging about, all the stuff. That's what.
No, look,
Marcus hasn't complained at all, though. It was just Tommy.
I want to drive him to complaint.
You want to drive him to? It's not going to happen. There's not a complaint in this dude.
Awesome. Like, oh, it's too much for you.
He's just constantly so ready for adventure, and nobody ever sees what he does when he disappears for these long periods of time.
Hey, Marcus, Dracolich, go.
Yeah, basically.
To which he's likely going to say, ooh, Dracoliches are above my pay grade.
I would not go asking around
at all. Are we paying him anything? Like, what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, is he a senior member of the Academy?
Yes, he is. He's one of the
part of the council.
Yeah. Although he, doesn't attend a lot of meetings.
Yeah, no. Meetings
He's
aren't
busy
really
doing
his
other
style,
things.
I feel like.
Yeah, busy doing other stuff.
But he's got his stake.
Yeah.
So
Holy shit, Sean.
wow, dude. Wow, though, guys. Okay.
I was sitting there the whole time, like Gilberto was going back and forth the whole time in her mind, like.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching you over there, and you're just like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, that was amazing. You're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Gilberto she was like, I don't want to read this. She's probably gonna cry because she was like, I don't want to read this letter. Like, she literally vowed. She was like, I'm not gonna read this letter because it is sacred.
Yeah.
So she's gonna there's what?
Was she told not to read it or something?
No, but just out of respect for her mentor. I mean, he gave it to her with his dying breath and said to deliver it to his daughter. So out of respect, she never read it.
See, this is the thing. I feel like that's just your talk to her.
Okay, it's come together now.
Yeah. And so Gilberta's gonna read it because she needs to know what their relationship was, because she thinks what her thinking is that the letter is going to reveal if they were close or maybe what happened between him and the mother, because she knows that he deeply loved Estella.
Yeah.
The mother who is most likely dead now.
Shut up.
You can't just say shit like that.
Radan's theory. Dead.
They're just discussing it, and he's like, yeah, she's probably dead. Probably murdered her. She might be in that hole outside.
Honestly, that's kind of what I thought.
No.
I mean, let's be realistic.
Somebody should check the bottom and see if she's down.
That would come on. They're not that dumb. They would have thrown her in a furnace or a forge.
Stop.
Maybe she's in prison.
Stop.
No, that's a good thing. That means she's alive.
That's what's in the vault section.
She is the arcane rod the whole time.
Yeah.
What a twist.
What a twist.
Oh fuck. I love this game.
Oh my god,
hey.
dude.
All right. Well, thanks y'all for joining us. And hey, if you haven't followed us yet, give us a follow. Make sure you know when we're coming online.
Absolutely.
Monday, tomorrow.
Too many warlocks.
Yeah.
There's too many of them.
Come back next week to find out what the letter says.
Absolutely.
And really, just want to make it clear to everybody: if you're interested in this story, in this world of the Avalon Knights, you should really watch both shows, because there's major world building shit going on.
There's shit going on in both shows all the time.
Yeah.
And they pretty much intermingle with each other.
Oh yeah, no, it's full on.
And soon there will be actual world building.
Now I got to give the Warlocks a new cart.
They have fucking gargoyles. They're fine.
Yeah. They
No,
can
no,
ride the fucking gargoyles.
The gargoyles are secondary. They're not good for long-term travel. You need the cart.
I want to watch the show for sure to see that reaction because they're like, "Where's the cart?"
Well, they did get their own horse now, so giving them their own cart seems like just logical progression at this point.
Where's the cart? And why is the troll rod still here?
Troll pole.
Yeah.
Troll pole.
troll
The troll
pole.
pole's
It's the
still.
troll
My bad.
Left the troll pole near the cart house.
The troll pole.
We shall only refer to it as the troll pole.
The troll pole. That's canon now. Like it's,
Oh god, it's got to be so gross by now too.
It's a thing.
It's just
and you
awful.
touched it.
It's just
I only
awful.
touched the pole. I didn't touch the hat.
You touch the pole and it's just like, and it's sticky and it's starting to harden. Does anybody have Purell? Like it's just
Ew.
really wish I hadn't.
Prestidigitation.
The whole
Yeah.
way.
Ah,
That's
okay.
great. I didn't even get to my other maps.
Right.
I'm ahead of the game for next time.
Oh.
Yeah, because we took an hour and a half to make
But that's great. I love that interaction.
Can you tell people like if you want to get to the story because we're cooking for like a good 30 minutes to an hour, just
No, that's important.
fast forward a little.
Story stuff happening in the kitchen there.
But
Right?
it was a great moment of progression because it's like in the absence of all the people who made this place run, it's just Kashano diving into making it run. And that's really
Hold on,
cool.
please.
Yeah, right?
Like, I gotta do this.
This is part of this whole like I'm invested in this. This is my last ditch
Yeah.
effort to make something of my life.
He's not just
Were you
walking
really
away
a
and letting
cook?
it go to pop.
Huh?
Were
He
you really
did.
a cook? Yeah?
Me or Kashana? What?
Kashano, you, really a
Both of
cook.
us. Yes, both of us.
A man that wears many hats
Yeah.
before.
It's
he literally wears many hats.
is it just any struggling artist spends a fair amount of time working in restaurants, and it's already been established that he worked at the Awning Portal. He probably worked at most of his like legitimate jobs were in taverns.
Yeah, he did a
Have
lot
you
of food
guys-
service.
Ever talked about like when he started going into crime or not yet? 'Cause
Fucking.
it's not like you were trying to do regular jobs.
Oh no, that's just like
You don't have to spoil too much.
Wait, yeah, no, I think he pretty much established that like from childhood, basically when he got kicked out of the orphanage is when he
Okay.
started
Doing whatever he had to get by.
little street rat shit.
Okay.
Nothing but a street rat.
Oh my god.
You dirty street rat.
Yeah.
Get back here.
Yeah.
I'm dead inside.
Coincide that.
Yeah,
You're dead
fighter
inside.
gargoyles. That's what I'm saying. Those gargoyles could be like aerial
Look,
attacks.
Javetta, I told you to buckle up
Dude,
for this
my
reveal
literal,
of what happened to figure
I'm
this
so
out.
but I'm so into Jobetta now when we're playing that my actual heart is like I can feel my actual heart.
No, your reaction was exactly what I would have thought both of you would do at the same time.
Yeah.
What?
I just was so quiet for so long and I was sitting there like I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I need to know like before I go into this situation and try to talk to her, I need to know if it's going to be something where she's like, "Oh, I hated my father. Like he left my mother." You know, like I need to know like I need to know.
Mm.
And
I don't
you're a
even
very
know
curious character too, aren't you? Very curious.
she's
Yeah.
an extremely curious character.
God, that must have been eating you alive for like what, 100 years?
Oh
The
my god.
letter?
Yes.
There's
he's
more
been-
restraint
he's
than
been
she showed
dead.
for most things.
Yeah,
He's
she's
been
got.
dead. He's been dead for I'd say probably about 20 years before her coming to the academy.
Hmm
She kind of wandered around aimlessly for like 20 years, which from
Yeah.
elf is really not a long time.
No, it's a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Like a week.
She kind of wandered around aimlessly for about 20 years after he died and and then hopped on that boat.
And that guy's name was, you said Faerun?
No, it's Figram.
Figram.
Figram
Figram.
River.
Okay.
Bikram Bowenrilla.
Figram was the guy that adopted you.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's a dwarf too? Or
Yeah.
an elf?
Yep.
He's dwarf.
Yep.
All right.
He was a high priest of Selune, like a super high priest. Like he was the high priest in the temple.
He was ripping
Okay.
dabs every day.
All right. Just help me with this since there's a lot of information to take in. So
No, go for it.
Figram gave you a letter because daughter needs to know kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
He's supposed to get sent to his daughter.
Yeah, on his dying breath, he was like, "Hey, here's the thing. On his dying breath, he told Gilbetta, he was like, basically, he said, there's something I've never told you. He said, I have had a family. He said, I have a daughter. And he said, and I loved her mother dearly, but it was never meant to be."
Okay.
And gave him the letter and some sort of inheritance. I don't know what it is because it's all in this sealed envelope that Gilbetta has never opened.
Which we'll find out next week.
And was like, he said, if you do anything, I need you to find this and give this to her.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Well,
okay.
I think we're gonna wrap this segment.
Yep, let's wrap it up because we're just talking shop now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for a raid, folks. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Oh.
Class dismissed.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.